Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome one, welcome all. Thank you guys for stopping by so early as we are just getting started here. As you guys know, today is the 7th AI tournament, the second half of this glorious activity, as we're going to be jumping right back into the round robin madness that makes this up. But that's not all. Today we're also going to be opening up the votes, so you guys can get your input on who is the most creative, the most exciting, which is your favorite of the AI, to get that extra flavor. So those who have invested their AI, or at least some of their time, into making it flavorful and exciting, can take an extra prize. And we're looking forward to it. We also have something special. We have some extra fun, some extra artistic elements being thrown in. A few AI that just exist to show off the fun side of things. And we'll get to see those a little bit later. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Real quick shout out to Zaltzwerk. Currently live on Twitch, broadcasting these same matches here, but in the native German tongue. Make sure to check him out on Twitch if you're looking forward to that. See a question for chat. Where can we vote? The votes is... You could use the vote command. However, that will be something we'll handle later. There'll be a time, an announcement for it after you guys get to see all the AIs, and it's nice and fresh, visible for you guys. But that'll happen a little bit later on down the line. But for now, let's jump right into it. As first, let's go ahead and introduce our friends that will be joining us. First off, we have Cronkinator, who has been putting on the background elements of it, doing a lot of the cat herding stuff. Hello there, Cronkinator. Welcome in.
Hello.
And then let's bring in Anderson himself. Welcome, welcome.
Hello.
Excellent. All right. It looks like we are all good to go. You guys ready to kick it off?
Yeah, as soon as the Cronkinator readies up.
Excellent.
Yeah, I was just waiting for Eaton right now. He should be here any second now.
Sounds good to me.
Eaton will join us. Cool. So, hope the community enjoys the tournament.
So far, they seem to love it.
I like to hear that.
Well, I am thinking about making this an annual thing, so.
Ooh. The AI tournaments are usually more frequent than annual, but like, we want to make an extra big one every year or so. I'm super into that idea.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
mean.
me too.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Once a year, I'll put that kind of a prize pool out for the community. So.
That's exciting. That is very exciting.
Yeah. Unless, of course, something comes up and I can't afford it that year for some reason. But this year, I can afford it.
Right, that works. Is Cloud joining us as well?
I don't think so.
Okay. Welcome in, Eaton.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I saw Cloud
Ethan.
there for a moment, and then Cloud went away. Okay.
Yep.
Alright, sounds good to me.
All I can see is a full screen Forts screen, so it's like.
Excellent. Alright then, without further ado, we should be jumping into that once you get into the lobby. There you are.
And can you disable commanders?
Yes.
Aye, perfect.
Ta-da! And we're off. The first round will be Von Eagle versus Eaton, or at least the first round today.
I feel like the baby with my 3 little storyline medals. Versus all you guys.
Just medals all the way across the screen. Alright then.
That's okay. I make people feel like that with all of my buffs on Star Trek Online.
Oh, good lord, I can only imagine.
It's like my buffs go all the way across the screen.
What good are they if you can't show them off, eh?
Well, the buffs in this case are just basically like all the skills and powers and stuff like that. But I literally have builds that do like 1,000,000 DPS, but that's a different game, so I'll shut up about
A
it.
literal million. Alright, and we are off. As here we have on the left-hand side, it is Von Eagle's AI. Kicking things off as they were. Facing off against their opponent, it is Eaton. Eaton here in the chat with us. You guys could give him live sass if his AI does something wayward.
And some of the danglies are looking interesting.
As always. Let's see.
This is gonna be so bad.
Some people find the most interesting places to put turbines.
Oh lord. That is one of the strange things about... So there's something... there's an effect that happens from these AI tournaments. Whenever an AI tournament happens on a specific map, that map is just forever... I'm going to describe it as ruined on ladder or just in general play. Because there's suddenly a substantial amount of the player base that has an ungodly amount of time and experience just trying to find the weird and strange angles and such about the map. And that just makes playing against those players just an extra degree of wild and maddening.
Yeah, and Sniper trying to pick through the wood down there to try and get at the mine.
Can get through the mine, but Eaton's lower fort is just about deadlocked in here. It's building mortars in front of an AP sniper, and it's not ending well for the whole being alive experience. Is while the
It'd be worth though.
Yeah.
Losing its core.
That is true. This is something we have noted about Eaton's AI before, where the core itself is particularly unprotected, and to some degree being used as bait against snipers. However,
The sniper anti-air.
it's leaving it. The core isn't actually getting hit, but everything else is, and the base is not exceptionally well defended from everything else.
It hasn't had the chance to sell in the middle yet. It hasn't been able to get far enough in its build, so it won't die yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
I mean it's basically the let's be real.
Oh boy.
Yeah. One AP sniper to soft lock lower base.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real rough. I mean, I would say I didn't see this coming, but we've mentioned this a few times, and this is one of the matchups I was looking forward to, just to see how Eaton's AI handled it. And it would seem not exceptionally well. It is getting progress. I think the upper AI here for Von Eagle just got distracted and wasn't firing its weapons. I think owing to energy deficit issues. That gave Eaton's lower fort a little bit of an opportunity to expand its mortar production. We'll see if that trend continues. Okay. Good lord. Oh boy. Eaton, your lower fort AI is so close to... Oh, it's selling the metal.
Oh god, yeah. That's bad.
That may put the core onto the list of vulnerable targets. It did.
It does.
Uh-oh. And I'm pretty certain that means it's going to prioritize it over anything else.
Yeah.
Which may allow it to actually progress in its build order.
Except for the bit where it shot a mortar out of the air instead of the core.
Yeah.
Oh no. I think that was just coincidence though. For once. Yep. Okay. Well.
Yeah. One more shot, that's done.
It shot a mortar. Kaboom.
Yeah.
There goes Lurvis.
Death by AP sniper. Eaton's lower core falls, and that actually puts Eaton in an incredibly rough position. Eaton's upper core isn't really meant to break bases so much as cause suppression. Create some map control for the lower fort to do the real damage, but the lower fort, it's gone. Being effectively undefended. It's, oh boy. It's gonna get real rough. Because without the actual damage dealing happening, the suppression is all... It's fine and dandy, but... suppression generally does not stop enemy bases from proceeding through their build order, so much as slow them down a lot. Which means, well, Von Eagle, aside from being ahead on the scoreboard and will inevitably win, come down to timer, we expect Von Eagle's AI to just run rampant and do whatever it pleases, which mostly involves getting more things and causing endless destruction. Unrelenting devastation.
Yeah, sniper's trying to get the danglies down on the left there. A couple of
Oh,
rockets
he's
being
trying. Very likely will get them the moment those open their doors.
built. Huh? Or not.
Or not. Almost got it, but not quite. God, the angle on that sniper. Like, that is such a nasty sniper nest there, Eaton. Like, it's all the way up top, and it's firing at things all the way at the bottom. Like, it has every angle.
But when it has snipers, anyway.
Yes, when it has snipers. At this point, it has been suppressed by Von Eagle's snipers. Von Eagle Sniper's AI, which is effectively the same thing as Eaton's AI, at least in the top fort. Serves the same exact role, just slightly different form. And it has actually managed to completely defeat and defang Eaton's upper AI. More than just that, it's soft-locked it. It's left it in a death spiral, as we see the exposed mines, which are kind of sort of used as bait, have left it with a nasty repair bill that it can't upkeep. In fact, literally just the damage from the snipers hitting those mines is enough to keep Eaton's AI from proceeding. It can no longer rebuild things, and this is the world in which it lives, defeated by snipers, just waiting for its teammate to come and deal some actual damage.
It's got a sniper that it just lost.
Actually, I believe the top fort eventually builds cannons, which it's working its way up toward. So we will see some of the real damage.
Those rockets aren't going to hit anything. It's not the bottom three, anyway.
They're trying to shoot the turbines.
God.
Oh, the turbines behind the upper fort's core. Yeah.
Every time with the AI and their turbines.
Yeah. But those turbines are not exposed. Is it not recognizing that there's ground in the way?
That is correct.
It's not.
Huh. Oh, he had a rocket hit on the core.
And that was all it took to break the wood. So that core is not long for this world. Those snipers sense blood in the water and they want it. You can already see the flashing repair, which means that it doesn't have the money to actually do the repair. So,
And that's
there
it
goes.
anyway.
Cool.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Congratulations,
Von Eagle takes 1 point off of Eaton. Well done, well done.
It was looking okay for a second there when it couldn't kill the core, but as soon as the AP sniper stopped shooting at the mortars, it ended pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, I think it was just a matter of the AP sniper saw that there was 2 pieces of metal defending the core and was just like, nope, not shooting that. And then
Yeah.
the instant it sold, it was like, oh, ho, 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 tasty. But that I know you kind of did on purpose. That was also a situation where it's like, hey, because snipers won't be shooting at the core all the time, if I only put 1 piece of wood in front of it, then they'll start shooting at the core and not shoot at more important things. And I believe you did the same kind of thing with the mine as well.
I did, yes. I left them exposed so that way my snipers can just door snipe.
Yes. Yeah, now that makes sense. It is super risky, as we saw here, but it does work. Or at least has worked up until this point. Alright, so next up, we have... This should be Flint Shadow versus Ambrullo. And we'll jump right into the next match here. I just love that the Ambrullo AI is not an actual... It's not an actual submission AI. It's just the test AI that has performed extremely well. It feels like a story of a machine run rampant, an AI that was never meant to be, but it became sapient and just went wild. For those who weren't here last week, there is a story behind this AI. It's not actually submitted by Ambrullo, one of the other well-known members of the community. This is a test AI. Specifically, one thing players do when creating their AI is they need an opponent in which to test it against. So you create your AI, and you often create a second AI of something super basic. It exists solely to get shot at, or exists solely to get beaten, or otherwise check against weaknesses of your own designs. That is what the Ambrullo AI is. It is literally just I built this in 60 seconds AI whose sole purpose in life is to check your base and determine if it's vulnerable to snipers. You can tell if it's vulnerable to snipers because the Ambrullo AI will check from every possible angle at every point in time. By volume of fire. That's just how that goes. And we'll see here that Flint Shadow, not incredibly protected from such things, has lost 2 mines already to the snipers. Now,
Oh my god.
we would like to say that anyone who has tested their AI will have tested against such things like the Ambrullo AI, so that someone can't just slap down a pair of snipers and leave the entire, just break the entire build order of whatever it is you're doing. But as we have seen, and as evidenced by Ambrullo's AI existing in the finals, that's not quite the case. As here we have another example of Flint Shadow getting pretty hard bullied by the Ambrullo AI, which just it tickles me. It tickles me in all the wrong ways. That this monster is still here and performing to any degree.
And also showcasing sniper and sniper violence.
Yes, also showcasing sniper and sniper violence. As we do have Flint Shadow's top base completely soft locked here. God, the tiny door opens just for the smallest amount of time. Gets one
And
shot
still
off, instantly closes, and still gets door sniped. It's ridiculous.
Like 5 snipers.
Yes.
Right like that.
Mm-hmm.
My gosh.
So there is an unfortunate consequence here. Because the Ambrullo AI isn't going to describe as a real attempt at an AI, it's just a practice target, a target dummy. It does mean that that it doesn't actually try to win the game. It just sits there like a punching bag and gets punched, and will never make an effort to defeat the opponents. So the only reason it has managed to make it this far is because at some points it has just done so much damage to their opponents that it soft locks, like complete deadlocks the opponent, and then wins on timeout. Which is, while hilarious, somewhat less exciting than most AI battles, because there is no actual destruction so much as unmitigated suppression. And that is exactly what we're seeing here, as Flint Shadow's base is just, well, it can't proceed beyond because it needs the snipers to continue, and it's not working out for it. Not working out for it at all. Snipers not known for their base breaking capabilities.
Yeah, his top base seems to be pretty well soft locked as well. Just keeps losing that one mine.
If it weren't for those bottom 3 snipers here for the lower base, we would see Ambrullo's snipers really start to focus fire on breaking through things like some of those mines which are only hidden behind a small amount of wooden strut. But until those lower snipers are well and truly put out of their build order, then we're not going to see Ambrullo snipers focus on trying to break the base. And I think that's unlikely to. I think that's a situation that's very unlikely to happen. So, question. Are we going to be here for the next 13 minutes?
That is a good question.
Um,
I feel like there is a very slim chance that Flint Shadow Sniper just kill all of these. As we can see happening right now, but they keep getting door sniped, so I'm not sure.
Uh-oh. Well, that's bad. Flint Shadow just lost a mine. Ambrullo AI detected weakness and pounced. Yes, there is a very slim chance where the Flint Shadow AI does manage to use its doored snipers to defang the lower Ambrullo AI and then proceed with its build order. so far has not happened. But it isn't impossible.
I mean, Ambrullo's AI is already at a point where it can't rebuild all of the snipers instantly.
That is true.
Yeah, it is starting to get some gaps in it.
Oh, more blood in the water.
Another
Yeah.
mine down.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's bad for Flint Shadow AI, because it's going to rebuild that gunner. Oh, boy. And with those snipers and the slow rebuild, Ambrullo AI has detected blood once again. Yep, there it is. Oh, the
Definitely
mines.
would do that to the core.
Well, the core is much better defended than a single shred of wood, so Ambrullo AI is not particularly keen to try to break that.
Well, I mean, I did dig through 2 pieces of wood over there. Just,
It's going to try eventually.
Eventually, yes.
Oh,
Oh boy.
looked like they were aiming at the technology behind the core.
I mean, either way, any target would work. As long as a target is chosen. You know, you say it'll eventually target it. I'm not sure.
It's just going to take a while. Because
Understandable.
snipers are meant to wait for door snipes.
Yes. Yeah, no, that's... Well, I like that.
Yes.
I mean, they are sometimes shooting, like, a single shot at the tech, which is behind 3 struts of wood. Or a battery, which is behind 4. It just takes a lot longer. The amount of door snipes, it's impressive. Every time that mine gets exposed. Like, I want to see the Ambrullo AI transition to actually using its snipers to break metal and target things down. But the snipers are doing what they're supposed to do, which is pretty much just sit there and wait for something to do. Which is fine. I just want them to break things. For a second, I thought they were going to focus down the mine behind the metal. I think with Flint Shadow having lost those 2 mines,
Yeah.
he's not going to be able to outpace the Ambrullo AI here. Like, there was a hope when it could constantly rebuild its snipers and just
Yeah, there
outdo...
was still a tiny chance, but now I don't... Now I think that chance is gone.
Yeah, because it's on the same level of eco, and yes, sure, it's behind a door, so it will, oh my god. Yeah, it's just, I think the
Yeah,
chance
it's
is
only
just
taking
too
out a
low.
few at a time.
Mm-hmm. The Ambrullo
Well,
AI is built
They
up
are
a bank.
focusing up at the top there.
Oh, well, yeah.
Frustration mechanic, I think, happened to kick in. There it goes.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I told you, eventually it just decides to
Eventually, It decided, we've had enough of your nonsense.
Yep.
Flint Shadow's top core falls, which means that there's now an entire top base worth of snipers here on Ambrullo's side, which have nothing to do but get slowly angrier and slowly more bored. And you know what that means? We're gonna see some extra digging here in a moment, I think.
Couple little test shots coming in.
Yeah. They're sending their rounds every so often over the side. They are real patient. I will give them that.
Snipers usually are very patient, even in real life.
You're not wrong. Some of them seem to be particularly hesitant to shoot at anything. Like, on the lower dangle here, the third from the bottom of the upper fort, the lower dangle, the third from the bottom is occasionally shooting something. But none of the... Oh, no, the bottom one just did, and then some friendly fire happened.
Whoopsie.
But I believe we are at a point where we can safely call this match.
Yes, yes, I agree.
Yeah, we've definitively lost an upper base at this point. So. Although they are starting to do their digging.
They are, yes.
Oh,
But
okay.
they're going for the tech.
I mean, that's just a start. That's how it starts. Okay, yeah, they've gotten angry. Ambrullo AI is real angry now. You could tell because it's launching every sniper at something. And it should be digging faster than Flint Shadow can afford to keep up. Especially once it gets hits onto that. It is exactly doing that. And there it goes. And it should have detected blood in the water there. And
Now it's aiming for the mine behind the tag.
Yes. Although I think it's going to go back to waiting. I think its snipers have gone back to waiting here. Where they're no longer incredibly aggressive. So it'll be another minute or two before they actually start firing upon.
And even then they're going to shoot at the mines before they will ever target the core.
Yes. Just because the mines are not behind metal. That puts Flint Shadow even further back. Oh no. To be fair, them targeting the mines is probably the way to go. Anyways, I think we're gonna call it here. Let's just do that.
Yeah. It was cool watching him go berserk, but yeah.
There was a tiny amount of hope.
Yes. It's not... I think it wasn't impossible for Flint Shadow to win this one, just extremely unlikely. Alright then. Okay, so Ambrullo wins this one. Congratulations! The target dummy beats Flint Shadow. Again. Oh god. This, what is this timeline?
And I believe Gust Eagle is going to join the lobby, and he will cast the tournament in French.
We have a French caster. Alright, sounds good to me. Go Stiga. Let's do this. As next round, it'll be Rage Alert on Team 1, yes?
Oh! Right, thanks for reminding me.
You're welcome.
I would have put him in Team 2.
Yes.
Give me 10 seconds.
Sounds good to me. I'm so excited. Let's go. Alright, and now we have Ghost Eagle here. We'll be casting these matches in French, so if you guys are here and prefer to hear the joy of the French language showcasing these matches, make sure to check them out on Twitch. I'm into it. So we'll be starting out here in a moment. Ghost Eagle is on Twitch, yes?
Yes, but he is not actually called Ghost Eagle.
It is...
Um,
yes, it is, commune...
I will post it in the
yeah,
lobby.
I'm not going to try to
Because
pronounce
I'm not
that.
going to try to pronounce that.
There we go.
Mute.
Oh no. Alright. There we go. Time's up. Let's do this. Flint Shadow, defeated in his last match, once again returns to face off against Rage Alert this time. Rage Alert, definitely my favorite of the more creative and unusual tactics. We'll see. You guys will get to see that for yourselves here in a moment. I'm very much so looking forward to this one.
So what is the ETA on today's tournament?
Let's see. We have... We've just completed round 4. We have 5, 6, and 7 to do. So that is... Let's see. Another couple hours?
Okay. And then we got the creatives.
Yes. And then we have the creative, more artistic AI to show off and the vote. As the round robin goes around. Let us go. Rage Alert has initiated. Opening with a small group of incendiary mortars. Caused some damage. A little bit of chaos, a little bit of mess thrown toward Flint Shadow's direction. Rage Alert not opening with snipers, much to Flint Shadow's relief. However, it does seem that Flint Shadow is not adequately defended against incendiary mortars this early on. Flint Shadow does have a couple snipers themselves. Those will assist in the anti-air department. Flint Shadow's lower fort taking some damage, but not enough to soft lock him. Will the creators battle the AIs of fellow competitors? I believe we will not have any. We will not be having any human on machine violence today. However, these AIs are available to play against, or at least they can be. Generally speaking, most AIs versus humans is not. It's not an incredibly enjoyable experience. in part because, well, it's incredibly oppressive to play against, but also the AI are not adaptive, and if you, the player, do something silly, the AI tends to just kind of break. And also you have to apply some measure of soft rules to yourself, like, for example, don't use portals, because portals completely defeat the AI entirely. There's a few things you have to do to avoid breaking the AI. Something as simple as building a buzzsaw and hitting the right spot can literally hard lock the enemy AI, such that it will never do anything again because it breaks the brain. So it tends to not be incredibly popular to play against such AI, because either you're getting bullied and beaten down by infinite APM, or you've broken their brains, and there's very little in between.
It's pretty much just a no man's land in between.
Yeah. Alright, with the additional snipers and now that shotgun coming out of Flint Shadow, we should really start to see the light incendiary harassment from Rage Alert get kind of shut down here.
Yeah, Rage Alert's little dangle down here that's completely exposed is destined to stay that way.
Yes.
It's just
Loopy
building targets down there.
Loopy Nuke is here. However, Rage
Without
Alert's
the
lower
sniper.
base, yeah, it can't use it owing to its reliance on the exposed sniper, which is just never going to happen. Because it's an exposed sniper versus an already built exposed sniper, which, well, that's it. So it looks like Rage Alert's bottom fort here is just soft locked. Whereas Rage Alert's top base is not soft locked, but also not proceeding very quickly. Uh-oh. Yeah, that shotgun just broke one of Rage Alert's mines, which is not a good experience for Rage Alert at all. I think Flint Shadow's going to take this one. Just by virtue of winning the map control game. And winning it pretty hard. Rage Alert, not building a door for your sniper. Oh no.
Have you ever had anybody actually build retro reflectors from the shields?
Retro reflectors from the shields. I think we've not had anyone do that in the AI tournaments, at least. The retro reflectors, like the cat's eye kind of lenses, they suffer a few issues. One, they're expensive. Generally speaking, if you're looking to defend a point, the reflectors are just not a cost-effective option. There's so many better ways to do it that you just don't go with that option. Reason you'd use reflectors if you're looking to be aggressive with it. But again, that requires your opponent to shoot the reflector, which they generally don't do. Especially in an AI where they just won't shoot at energy shields, because they don't have a reason to shoot at energy shields. There's also another strategic element to take into consideration, that it requires that you be shot at by an energy beam, which, as you have seen, is an incredibly unpopular choice in terms of weapons. So it's possible, it's just It never happens. God,
Never seen anybody try to do that in regular play.
regular play, yes, every so often. It's just incredibly rare for similar reasons. Let me think. It is much more common that someone builds a single energy shield and tries to get the angle perfectly rather than use 2 energy shields, because energy shields are just very expensive.
And I found a lot of luck with them against the levels and in the campaign. And it's like any of them where they're using the lasers and stuff like that, I just go, I'm gonna put an X here. Oh, look at that! You shot yourself.
Yeah, no, that works pretty well in the campaign. Against the the hard AI here, it does not. It takes those kind of things into consideration. Let's see. God, this was... Neither fort is really proceeding here with any haste. Rage Alert has managed to expand its mortar output, which has resulted in Flint Shadow getting slowed to a crawl. But Rage Alert has also just across the board failed to proceed any further. So this is, I don't want to call it a stalemate, because Flint Shadow, it's floating metal, so once it gets the energy to do things, it can do things. But it's struggling. It's struggling real hard. Got those mortars. Just getting sniped out of the air. Every time. I think we may have a situation where Flint Shadow's top fort is actually hard-locked. So it's not building things anymore. And I realize that it's suffering energy issues and therefore maybe is just waiting for an opportunity to get the energy to actually build whatever thing is next. But I'm also thinking it may be trying to build a turbine somewhere and failing to do so because it collisions or deformation.
I'm pretty sure both of his AIs are trying to build EMPs, and both of them don't have the turbines to support the current weapons.
That is my suspicion as well. As in, the weapons...
Yeah.
The build order is semi-soft locked itself. Which I didn't notice last time I was checking out the AI. Maybe just because there's so much chaos happening all the time, which is just omnipresent. As this whole time, Rage Alert's lower fort has still been soft locked, dealing with that one AI.
It just can't get past the sniper.
Exactly.
I wonder if it'd be possible to make a little update to where like the build order itself could get frustrated and go, it's like, well, we can't, this obviously isn't working, so let's move on to the next stage and get back to that maybe later. Is that even something possible within the limits of this game, or?
That is technically how it originally was. However, a lot of different problems came with it, so we just decided to disable it.
Ah.
Yes. Like, frustration sounds good until you actually try to use it. It's, in our experience with the AIs, we would rather run the risk of getting soft locks like this than deal with frustration and the consequences of it. It's possible to do that. It's just not something that is desired in most cases.
Gotcha.
God, Rage Alert's top AI is so close to moving past its current point in the build order and attempting to move on. What did they just build? They built something.
Oh, mine.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. It built something. It saved money and built something important. It wasn't mine. Oh no, it's so close. 300 monies, it built a second mine. Which is kind of sort of unfortunate, because while those mines are important, they tend to keep dying. They would have exploded several times by now. I'm going to make a guess and say that Flint Shadow has done more damage and thus will win on the timeout. But I'm not sure.
I mean, originally has all of these mortars landing, but I think they mainly do fire damage, and that doesn't really count.
Yeah.
Yeah, shotguns do way more damage than mortars.
They do. And also, they've been hitting Rage Alert's mines, which is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
It's like watching two high ELO chest bots, yes. Alright. 4.5 minutes remaining. As Rage Alert's top AI is actually running low on energy. But it did build a battery and an upgrade center. It is progressing through all of this, whereas Flint Shadow's AI is just not progressing at all. Flint Shadow AI has soft-locked itself. There's no one to blame but itself. Whereas Rage Alert's AI is struggling, but technically has a very small amount of progress. Unfortunately, I think, even given the progress, it will never come out of its current status, as it will progress by getting upgraded mortars, which are pretty much defeated already. So the heavy mortars, I feel, are unlikely to do anything when they come out. But come out they eventually will. Mind you, by the time the heavy mortars come out, I think we will have hit the timer.
Oh, wow.
The EMP hit. It did so much damage.
Yeah, 3 minutes and... Yeah, I'm thinking Flint Shadow's gonna get this.
I'm thinking so too. I want to see if Rage Alert can actually get the heavy mortars on the field, because it's got the upgrade center ready to go. Rage Alert is doing the proper thing of building the turbines first before investing into the heavy mortars, which means it won't soft lock itself. Oh. It just upgraded two of the mortars. Uh-oh. It's starting with the bottom ones first. The bottom ones are the most vulnerable here. Which means when those get broken, it's gonna be bad. Well, with 2 minutes left, the heavy mortars are on the field and getting taken out.
One of them did anyway.
They are on the field. it is still possible for heavy mortars to break through somewhere and to break through the lower fort's defenses and actually hit the core for core damage and come out on top with seconds on the clock left. It's just extremely unlikely given that the mortars are generally not landing on Flint Shadow's half. One mortar hit anywhere? Hey, heavy mortar hit.
Oh.
Actually did some damage. Took
That's
out
a great angle.
Yeah. Took out a shotgun. Honestly, that may have actually helped Flint Shadow AI by reducing the amount of energy consumption and giving it potentially unsoft locking it. Well, I think it's not quite enough to unsoft lock. Oh. 30 seconds left, and Rage Alert is actually digging through the core. Oh my god. If this match goes on for another few minutes, Rage Alert may actually break Flint Shadow here. Which is hilarious to me. Oh god. No.
There's sniper anti-air.
No,
Having
it's
any
still
of it.
too much. It's still too much anti-air from Flint Shadow. It's completely stabilized. And with that, Flint Shadow wins it on damage dealt for being the aggressor.
And I think that even if a bunch of mortars start landing, it's floating metal, so it's not like the
Yeah.
mortars can break the...
The amount of backlog it would have to go through is just too much.
Yeah.
It's got way too much way too much of a bank built up. It could repair for days.
1 hour later.
Exactly. All right. Next up, we have Eaton versus Leader. Let's do this.
0 ping Kronk?
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. Let me try to rejoin.
Doo-doo-doo.
Are we expecting Incursus to have 0 ping?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Internet too good.
Cool.
Host advantage.
All right, let's do it. And we're off. Here we have on the left-hand side, it is Eaton AI. Opening up with its top little sniper nest. It'll be facing off against its opponent, Leader. Both AIs open with snipers, so we are going to see a bit of a contested element here in the early game. Here we see the bait mine coming into play, whereas Eaton's mine is taking a hit, but in exchange, it gets pretty much free shots against Leader's snipers. Mind you, Leader's tiny doors here are keeping them alive, as just about every time those tiny doors open, a sniper round comes in and just barely hits the, just barely gets the door closed in time. Eaton's bait mine is having a bad day, though. Eaton's snipers are unable to keep it alive, and that may put Eaton in a rough spot here. Losing the bait mine is bad, because now it will attempt to reconstruct said bait mine. and essentially soft lock it. Mind you, Eaton's top base is similarly soft locked Leader's bottom base, because Leader has an exposed gunner just kind of chilling out there. So it's looking pretty rough from that side of things. And Eaton's lower base with its mortars are coming into play now, and I think Eaton's mortars are just going to ruin Leader's day, just outright.
Diggity doo dah.
There is still some hope for Leader. Leader gets AP snipers going. I think it's not going to be fast enough. I think Eaton's aggressive incendiary play here is going to end the game before Leader gets out their upgraded snipers. As we've seen before, Leader's as we've seen before, Eaton's a little bit vulnerable to the AP snipers, just lethally so. It's just not going to be enough here. God, the mortars. There's so many of them. And half of them are getting shot down by sniper anti-air, which is hilarious. That never ceases to entertain me. Seeing those snipers hit. God, they're digging with incendiary mortars. Uh-oh.
That's
The
what
death
I meant by
spiral.
diggity doo dah.
The death spiral is here.
Oh gosh.
And it's
Yeah.
gone.
Finished by a sniper.
Yes. And we're seeing the death spiral from the top base too. It's blinking. Unable to repair. So close.
It's safe to say Eaton's got this one.
I think
Yeah.
so too, yes. Easton's top base was in a rough spot in the early game, but bottom base came through to just win it outright. This is good. Hey there, Mary. Welcome in. You already know who's gonna win. I feel like we know that too. God, it's relentless. So this is the part where Eaton doesn't have a significant amount of damage output, which can actually hit the top base here. It's enough to suppress it, but to break the base, it just doesn't really happen. So we're going to see moments of not much going on here with Eaton's mortars. But Eaton does expand their base to the point where it can actually break the top for it. It's just going to take a moment before that happens. Similarly,
Expanding the danglies
Yes.
for more mortars.
Similarly, Eaton's top base is recovering from its earlier experience, is investing into its technology and economy a little bit more. So
Snipers
we'll
have
get
blood
to
in the
see.
water.
Oh, yeah, there it is. There it goes. Problem solved. Eaton is victorious.
Still love leader's logo though.
Is good.
Great.
Is very good. Finn versus Von Eagle. Coming up next. All right. I think it makes 21 mortars. That's a lot of mortars. So I'm not displeased with this. I'm merely curious as to where you have suddenly added this.
Rain
Someone
removal.
was working on it behind the scenes and it's finally done.
I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you a lot. Alright. If this breaks, I'm still giving you sass about it.
Nah, it should be fine.
And we're off. Let's go. I didn't make an AI this time? I did not. No. It's so clean and crystal clear. Makes me happy.
Considerably better. I just need fog remove.
Shout out to Kronk working on a brief little mod behind the scenes to remove the rain effect.
Well, I can't really take the credit for that. It was Flint Shadow who just made it.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Flint Shadow.
It's kind of funny on my screen because it's so ultra wide. I'm just getting this square of the background rain. Like, it appears out of nowhere on the left hand side, disappears into nowhere on the right hand side, and drops into the ocean.
A question for chat: why doesn't the damage data show after the match? The damage data is not properly recorded for AI. It's handled behind the scenes, so like we could use it, but as far as the UI is concerned, it doesn't properly register that stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's something inherent in forts as it's designed. That's not like a mod issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the reason is that you can have like an infinite amount of AIs playing in the same team, and it would just completely destroy the UI if damage was shown for every single one of them.
Yeah. So that AP sniper could just hit the core. Von Eagle strikes again with the AP sniper position.
I don't think this is gonna last long.
Yep. I'm telling you, man. The AP snipers, they get you when you're not prepared. Hey there, who's what? Welcome in, welcome in. How you doing today? As Finn already falls. So here's the thing. Finn's AI here, it's got a two-part kind of system. The top one focuses almost exclusively on mortars. The bottom one's got a couple mortars, but it is very defensive. This creates a problem for Finn, because having lost the bottom fort, it no longer has access to most of its defenses. It also loses about half of its damage output, meaning Von Eagle should be able to defend itself pretty consistently here, and then just do whatever it wants. And because Finn doesn't have the defensive position anymore, whatever it wants is going to be largely uncontested. Alright, so Von Eagle is, at the moment, expanding its infrastructure more than anything else. We see it just finishing up its mines down here. See it finishing up turbines back here. Upgrading
building
its
the sniper
mines.
down where it will never see a target.
Yes. Just in case Finn manages to re-expand. As Finn is actually constructing additional mortars here. Up top. I do like this position. A question from chat. Wonder when we'll see the AI going for more advanced tech. Typically, it's just like in StarCraft, the AI leveraged infinite APM more than strategic prowess. To that end, the tech that they wield tends to be more nuanced, because it uses strategies that revolve around application of wide quantities rather than surprise quality or deep penetration strikes. We saw things like the Ambrullo AI, which just exists as a wall of snipers that sometimes decides to delete a core by orchestrating a firing squad. Wow. One of those mortars, two of those mortars now, went through and actually hit Von Eagle's core. I did not expect that. So a lot of the advanced strategies or tech that they'll be using aren't in the form of heavy lasers or cannons, but instead a long dangle at which you could place a rocket which hits from an angle that no one expects from, and then is repeated and rapidly used over the course of time. Or something like a sniper nest in a corner, or some similar levels of things. Or, I don't know, how about using your snipers to shoot down mortar shells that are coming across the sky? Those are a lot of these strategies, a lot of the tech that gets used for these AI matches, rather than I'ma build a laser and shoot something. It's a different style altogether. Most humans will say, hey, let's try something gimmicky. Let's try something flashy. Let's try something big and smash. The AI says, no, I'm going to use what I have and use it to an extreme with a measure of creativity and brute force that is just unattainable by humans. It's very, very different style. That said, most of these AIs will transition to using the heavier weapons like mortars or cannons eventually. It's just, why use cannons when you can use 21 mortar salute? Here comes rockets from below. A beautiful hit that will slow down Finn's mortars here. Not that they were firing particularly quickly to begin with. We are seeing expansion out of Von Eagle. Speaking of heavier weapons, we do see cannon production facility about to finish up here for Von Eagle, where we'll see some cannons placed up and above in the cannon nest here, which I believe is going to go with 20 mils. So we're not going to see proper cannons, but instead 20 mils, which are fine enough. They will get the job done. Finn's base is not defended against heavier kinetics. Even the medium heavies, like the 20 mils. What time is it for me? Currently 1:17 p.m., so barely afternoon. Crazy how this 2v1 situation feels like a stalemate. Yeah, it is not a stalemate, not by a long shot. It's just that Von Eagle's AI is a slow burn. It does not try to win the game until around about the 9.5 minute mark, and we are coming up on that here in about 30 seconds. Thus, we see Von Eagle focusing so heavily on these machine gun nests and such. How am I doing? I'm doing very well. A little sleepy. I was very excited for this last night and may have failed to sufficiently unexcite, and ended up not getting the amount of rest I would really have wanted. But other than that, I'm very, very happy to be here.
Starting to get the rocket picking.
Indeed. From below the rockets come, the rocket dangle doing some damage, and from above we see the 20 mils, which are trying to shoot mortars out of the sky. Kronk! Actually, I think the reason it's doing that is because they physically can't shoot anything else.
Let me quickly check the code.
Nah, the cannons they're doing the thing where they're looking around, not able to actually get targets. So their doors physically can't hit the enemy core or anything else for that matter. So, oh, that one can. The rest of them not so much. Either way,
That finishes it anyway.
the rockets have done their damage. Von Eagle wins it.
I think it actually was intentional that 20 mils tried to shoot down incoming projectiles.
I mean, that's fine. It's just a surprise that they would be shooting at mortar shells over anything else.
I
Like the
don't think they
mortars
actually had an
themselves.
angle on anything else.
Yeah, I think that's what was going on there. Greetings from Germany. Greetings there, Wargamer. Welcome in. Yes, this is what I like about streaming at this hour. European-friendly time zones. We get to have the whole variety. Everyone gets to play.
One thing that would be nice is if I click ready for it to stay ready.
Yes. Oh, what is happening is we're changing game settings, so it's unreadying you because the game changes.
Ah. I was like, I heard the thing click off, and I was like halfway on the other side of my room getting something to drink real quick. I'm like, oh, I already readied up so you could go.
All right, we're about ready to go here. Next up, Ambrullo versus Tiger. Let's do this. Another German here. Hurry up and be more efficient with setting up the next match. It's okay. The next match will be ready to go before your train arrives. And we're off. As here we have on the right-hand side, it is Tiger. 1 second. Facing off against the target dummy himself, it's Ambrullo. What was that, Kalasha?
I was just gonna say Ambrullo once again, speedrunning Polybridge.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. Has built a bridge and filled it with snipers.
I just find that description hilarious.
Yes. That is by far the best description I've heard of forts, and it does not get old. Oh my god, the door sniping has begun. God, the way the door opens for just a fraction of a second, it's just... Oh god, it's so brutal. So it looks like Ambrullo's lower element here has nothing to shoot at, which is terrifying because that means that snipers are going to get bored and then start doing things, which is probably not good for Tiger. It's doing things. It started doing things. Yep, there's core damage already. bring it down to 55%. Uh-oh. That one door sniper for Tiger up top has soloed Ambrullo's top base. I just want to point that out. It looks like Tiger definitely prepared to defend against things like snipers. Just didn't do quite enough to prevent the rampant sniper spam that is Ambrullo. Which is fine, which is like the way to do it, because who in their right mind does this? But we do see the consequences of it.
You do when you're showing off sniper spam.
That's true. I think Ambrullo's top AI here is going to be free to expand. I'm sorry, Tiger's top AI is going to be free to expand and do whatever it wants. And whenever it wants, will eventually kill Ambrullo. Is the Ambrullo AI a mistake, or was the target dummy intended? Now, the target dummy was intended. It just wasn't intended to be a participant in the tournament. As the story is very simple. When you're creating an AI, you need a target dummy to test against. Why not have the target dummy be sniper spam? Because when you're testing your own AI, you need to have it. The snipers, as you guys know, are like the strongest tool, the strongest weapon, the strongest units you have to deal with. So most of the time when you're testing against things, you need to make sure that it's safe against snipers. So when you're doing testing of your own AI, you want to have a target dummy, and you want to make sure that that target dummy is capable of providing some sniper coverage, just to make sure your base doesn't get soft locked or something against snipers. Thus, the birth of Ambrullo AI. It is a literal target dummy intended to just be a test platform upon which you can crash your own AI against it to make sure that your AI is relatively stable. As you can see, it has made it into the finals and is performing relatively well, which is hilarious.
How did it wind up in the tournament?
By winning a lot. That's how.
I guess people just didn't defend against sniper spam.
Yes. It was originally submitted as a joke, but it has just kind of won. Specifically, the Ambrullo AI was submitted by Finn, was it?
Yes.
Yes. It was submitted by Finn as a joke, and we kind of let it go through because it's a target dummy.
And it pulled the voting above face.
It's a target dummy. Why? Who cares? Let it in just to see what happens. Just pad the numbers a little bit. It won. It won a lot. Okay. You want to see how a proper upgrade on the Ambrullo AI to actually expand eco a bit, to upgrade stuff to be able to kill stuff through metal. Most of the time, Ambrullo AI doesn't want to expand beyond what this is. The reason for that is snipers and AP snipers do actually take quite a lot of metal and energy when left to their own devices. Especially when you're doing exposed snipers like this in the early game, every mineral, every little bit of energy counts. And if you start doing things like spending money on upgrades, you give your opponent any amount of time to stabilize, and that's sometimes, most of the time, all it takes to get them to win the game. To let them win the game.
Yeah, got some heavier weapons coming out of Tiger.
Yes. Tiger's lower base is completely soft locked, but Tiger's strategy is very simple. Lower base, it's nothing but a giant defensive wall that defends against mortars and pretty much anything else. Whereas upper base is a cannon platform. It builds cannons It blows holes in forts. That's what it does. So while Tiger's lower base has been soft-locked just by getting snipered to death, the top base, not so much. Top base has managed to survive and proceed largely unscathed. So it's getting its cannons out. It's about to commit death upon its opponent. Mind you, its cannons have a habit of shooting at snipers rather than cores. So there we go.
You just had to say it.
I did, and I said it on purpose, hoping to motivate it to shoot at the core. Because, good God,
I knew
the
that
amount
was
of
gonna
times
happen.
it has been shooting at snipers and not at cores is ridiculous.
But this time the core was exposed.
Yes, this is true.
No, I just think that there's about a 99% track record of Incursus saying something and then within 5 seconds the AI doing the opposite, just to prove him wrong.
Yes. And I'm wielding it as a weapon, and it's worked so far. 100% success rate. Oh, jeez. So far, everything is going according to plan for Tiger. Tiger's top base is defended against snipers. Tiger's bottom base is less so, but it's fine with this because no one... Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Yeah, found a turbine.
It found a turbine. Uh-oh. Good news, I think it's still net positive here, such that the cannon can fire. Bad news is I think the cannon doesn't have an angle, so
Yeah,
it won't
no.
actually take that core. Oh boy. Oh boy. We may have gotten soft locked here. Tiger's top base. It's net positive on energy, but it's not net positive on metal. So it
Yeah, I think
won't
about the only thing
proceed
that-
past that.
I think about the only thing that cannon might have a chance of hitting is that top sniper that just got built.
I think it could hit the mines as well. It's electing not to. But I think the tiniest of doors opens for the smallest amount of time. I guess no. That tiny door position does actually stay open for a while. The dummy AI will dominate. It is going to lose this round because it has lost an entire core. But test dummy AI absolutely is performing reasonably well.
So guys, are we gonna watch a turbine die for 10 more minutes?
No, I think
I don't think we will.
You don't
Yeah,
think we will? Okay.
I think we're gonna call it here. Just wanted to make sure that nothing crazy happens.
I mean, that sniper is doing a great job.
It's
Never
not
mind.
gonna. Yeah, it's been for the past several minutes. It's just been getting off one shot, dying, and then
Yeah.
getting rebuilt. Like it's
I
not.
don't think it has an angle on the snipers that are killing the turbine anyway, so it won't be able
Yeah.
to put
Yeah,
itself out
right.
of its unlock. Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's
the upper
still-
cannon of the two also is still behind solid wood anyway. Hasn't even opened that up yet.
Yeah.
Not that it has much to shoot at this point, but either
Yeah.
way, we're just gonna call it here.
Yeah, Tiger wins.
All right then.
Yeah.
Well done, Tiger. You win this round by virtue of defeating a core with your cannon, which is something we don't see all the time, but something we very much so look forward to. Well done, Tiger. We should go into round 6, the round robin. Leader versus Finn. Poor dummy, demand a redraw. Too bad the AI didn't protect that turbine sufficiently. It was very close. It was very close. It had sandbags around it, just there was an angle from below. Incursus, what's your strategy here? AI. Spite! Yes, spite and persistence. Those are the two things the AI do best. Is this map public to play? Not at this point.
It will be.
Yes, not at this point in time, but after the tournaments, they do go public. The AI will be different because actually, which AI is going to be on? I guess we would have to. It doesn't come with these AIs, really. Although I suppose you could have it. No, you could do it with that. You just have it flooded with AI, so every time you load up the map, it just picks one and goes with it.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing for the past tournaments.
For the 2v2s,
Well, at least
though,
for
because
the
it doesn't...
1v1 tournaments.
Yeah, because the 2v2s, you won't get the same AI. You'll get weird combos. Which, I mean, would be interesting. So yes, you guys, if you want to play this against the AIs, you will be able to do so. What's my favorite weapon, including particle accelerator tier 3 mortar? The tier 3 mortar is by far my favorite. I like the artillery trajectories. I like the idea of like the long range. I'm going to say precision, as if there's anything precise about tier 3s.
Well, you're one of the most accurate individuals I know with the tier 3s.
I mean, sure, I'll take the compliment. It's just, they are frustratingly inaccurate. They are frustratingly imprecise weapons. As here we have Leader getting himself set up with a with an upgrade center for those snipers, facing off against Finn, who goes for pretty heavy mortar spam. No, I did see a good comment the other day about the AI tournament, because there's one thing here that arose, is that a lot of these AIs don't really intend to destroy their opponents so much as just slowly grind them down or run out the timer. Finn is a good example of that. What if we had a point system rather than just win-loss, where every time, for every core your AI destroyed, it gets a point. So you get a maximum of 2 points per round, and if you manage to destroy one core, or if you fail to defend a core, you know, your opponent gets a point. So you
That
are...
sounds very interesting.
Yes. So you're extra motivated to keep your cores alive rather than do incredibly risky things, and you're motivated to build actually lethal things rather than running out the clock. Mind you, I do think it wouldn't change the tactics and strategies used so much as people would take more consideration into dealing critical damage rather than stalling. This sniper AA is nuts. It is. It does not... It's ridiculous, and every time someone tells me snipers are not the most powerful unit in the game, I feel like they just haven't experienced this.
Oh, right now it seems to be more mortars because we're at 26% on lower core for Leader.
Yes.
And dropping.
He's also sitting here with 18 mortars, so like, that's a lot of mortars. And away he goes. Leader's first core falls. Imagine AI knows how to use tier 3 motors and particle accelerators. Actually, Kronk, can they use tier 3 motors?
Yes.
Like, I know the earlier iterations couldn't, but I think these can.
Every weapon is now tier 3able with the newest version of the mod.
Yes, okay. So yes is the answer there. You can use tier 3 motors here. Mind you, actually getting a tier 3 motor is a little bit more difficult. As you guys may know, the swinging element of it, the actual tier 3ing, is a as of yet unsolved problem for AI.
It has been solved.
I shielded it.
Wait, it has been solved.
And there
Okay.
is an AI in this tournament that I will show later for the creativity vote.
Yes, please.
You just need
Okay.
the right timing.
Yeah.
All right, I am
Swing it,
very
go do something
interested.
else, then catch it again.
Tier 3 AI coming soon. Like, actually, though. ETA allowing them to see and calculate portals. I think that's more of a Earthworks problem, or Earthworks kind of problem to solve, than a modder kind of problem to solve. Unless we get real deep into it. And I don't know if that's on the list of things to do. Why do AIs never connect to defeated bases when they most likely could use it as an extension? It is difficult to do that. The AIs have the AIs are effectively blinds to most things around them. They do not know whether their ally has been destroyed, nor do they know how to react to it. Nor are they capable of seeing struts and structure. Believe it or not, everything that is happening here, every strut that is being built, is happening without knowledge of the existence of other struts and the form and the shape of the world around it. So it's very difficult to say, hey, our brethren has fallen, let me connect to it, because you don't know where the fallen fort actually is.
Yeah, you need to design a neural net and stuff for that.
Which is a little bit difficult.
Lot-
It's not
lot more
impossible.
complicated.
Yes, it is. It is a lot more complicated. It's not impossible to have these AI connect. It's just generally not something worth doing until later on, at which point it's not the biggest concern. Could it be programmed to continually check to see if it cannot build to connect to a strut that might exist for defeated friendly? For the next part of the base, right? That is, yes, that is what you can do. However, if you guys remember the frustration conversation, you can't check and then continue on to the build order. So you have to finish your build order first, completely, and then try to claim a fallen base. At which point, it's just a lot of work for something which is probably already too late.
Yeah.
Alright then. So we'll call this a victory for Finn, as leader is soft-locked, and I would say death spiraled, but Finn's AI is programmed to not attack cores, more or less, effectively. So there's not going to be progress beyond this point. So we're calling it for here. Finn wins, and we'll move on to the next match. Can't you design both forts to connect by default? So when one dies, the AI can... No. This is set in the deathmatch format. So these are two separate bases that cannot be connected. You can claim the destroyed base once the You can claim the destroyed base once it's been uncontrolled by the AI, but again, doing so requires you to check on things, which is mechanically not really doable, not in any practical sense. Alright. Von Eagle versus Flint Shadow. I'm excited. Let's do this. If the AI is blind, how do they choose targets? Or do they fire a special angle? They are blind to structure and status of things. They're not blind to the location of enemy forts or location of weapons, both their own and the opponent's. So they are able to see their opponent's weapons and devices and fire at them with their own, but they cannot determine whether something is between or whether there's fort structure around the world. This is why we see things like the dangles that happen down here firing endlessly into the terrain and not actually hitting something, because they can't see the terrain. They just see turbine and say, let me shoot at the turbine. But there's terrain in the way, so they never actually hit the turbine. That kind of thing. Actually seemed like progress is being made when last match ended. The only progress which could have been made there was Finn getting a little bit closer to breaking through, which would have just meant more victory for Finn. So we're quite content to call that there. It begins already. Von Eagle with this AP sniper has just ruined so many players here, as Flint Shadow is about to lose their core immediately. One more shot and it's gonna be over.
There's nothing really else for it to shoot at either.
Yeah. Well, there you go. And he's got another one. Oh, it didn't shoot at the core. Pretty certain it could have shot at the core. It didn't shoot at the core. We'll see.
Oh, I believe he's upgrading the one up there. I think that's upgrading.
So here we have Flint Shadow. Flint Shadow's AI gets a lot of map suppression and then mortars and slowly digs through their opponent. Or at least it would, except it's lost half of its team already, which is kind of unpleasant. So at this point, Von Eagle will do whatever they want, which involves getting a couple more snipers, a couple more machine gunners, and then cannons.
Yeah, I got another AP sniper up top.
Yes. And the trade.
Oh, damn. I was hoping we start shooting at the core instead.
On the claimed chord bases, does the... Oh, he timed out. Oh, he'll come back in. On the claimed chord bases, does the AI soft lock? The build order tells it to build a node that is illegal due to proximity. Yes. Unless that is a special case which Kronk has taken into account, which I'm pretty certain they haven't. So that reason is explicitly why you do things like checking for claiming to see if you could checking to see if you can claim your teammate's base at the end of your build order so it doesn't soft lock you. So it's doable, it's just not worth doing with rare exception. Alright, AP sniper. It tries, but it's not going to beat the it's not going to beat the standard sniper. And now we're seeing the upgrades come out. We're going to see some shotguns come out of Flint Shadow here. This constant trying to upgrade this AP sniper is keeping Von Eagle's upper AI in a rough position. Okay. Zout's back. Is it working now for you? Seems to be having some connectivity. Hey, he's back. Okay. Hasn't really missed much. Not much has changed. Von Eagle is, as you guys have seen, a rather slow burn AI. It doesn't do things for like 9 minutes. So it just holds out here. Taking hits. Doing a little bit of harassment for the whole like 9.5 minutes before it really starts to pin some damage. And we're going to see it start working its way up to getting ready to deal more damage. Flint Shadow, on the other hand, soft locks itself at some point. Semi-soft locks? Soft lock isn't the right word for it, because it's just doesn't have enough energy to fuel its weapons. So what ends up happening is it just keeps firing constantly and never expanding beyond its build, never continuing its build order, because it doesn't have enough energy to do both things. And it prioritizes firing over expansion. Well, he was here for like 30 seconds and then timed out again. That's unfortunate. Could you make ChatGPT play forts? Can you imagine? Alright, I'm gonna give him a pause here for a moment. See if pausing here helps him get back in. German internet. German internet usually is not a problem.
It is quite terrible.
I mean, you say that, but I'm American. I know what that feels like.
I don't think he'll be able to join mid-match.
Yeah.
Okay, he's welcome to... Did we do the thing where I'm giving an opportunity at the same time he's determined to not rejoin? Oh no.
I think we'd have to restart the match for him to be able to watch it.
Yeah, we've had...
Yeah, I think so.
We've had
There's
rejoining...
just too much going on.
Yeah, we've had rejoining issues with these AI matches. It's just so much craziness going on at all points in time that it's difficult to resync. Okay then, we'll just let it go and enjoy it.
Oh, not again. Your stream is fine, right, Incursus?
Yes.
Okay, because I believe everyone else has 3 FPS currently.
Oh. Do
I'm
we
okay.
know how to fix that? No, you're
Oh, is
looking
it fine
okay
for
then?
Ethan?
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, we'll give him...
And then it might just be me.
We'll pause here for a moment. Let's see if Salzburg can come in. I'm thinking that if we have it paused here, that it might be able to resync and catch up. Mind you, that's still asking a lot.
I think he's loaded.
Could try it.
Oh? Nope.
No. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we tried. Not much I can do. I think there's nothing else I can do here. Like
The shadow
that's
is-
that's just an internet issue on Zaldspec's side of things.
I think Flint Shadow's AI is broken.
I mean, I don't think it's broken. It's just it doesn't have the. Oh well,
No.
the turbines.
All of the turbines broke, and then it tried to rebuild the setup, and they all broke again. And then tried to set
Yeah.
it broke again.
It's hard to
God,
say.
it's not gonna build turbines.
Yeah, it's hard to say, because that setup it was working. It's just it suffers the issue of even if it works, Flint Shadow's AI just kind of breaks down entirely.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, Flint Shadow, you broke it.
Oh gosh.
I think what's happening here. Oh god, it's so bad. It's so rough. I think what's happening
think-
here.
Hmm?
Oh no. Actually, this might be a reset.
Yeah, you
But-
got rid of the rope, so it's completely restarting its little build order there.
So this one might work, but no. Okay.
Nope.
It's as I was going to say, the problem it seems to be suffering from is it doesn't have the resources to build it at a reasonable speed, at least reasonable speed for the AI. So when this was constructed the first time, it seemed to work because it had plenty of money to just build it immediately. It no longer has that. So it's sitting here deforming over time, unable to construct it and complete it.
As soon as you say that, it constructed it.
Yes, and it just so happened to have the money to do so. By coincidence.
See if
Every
that.
time this happens,
Oh, yeah. It's just slightly deformed, and it's too much. It's just slightly off.
Yeah, building back there is definitely one of those things that requires a very high level of precision. 'Cause all you got is ropes. Yeah, it's gonna
It's
keep
gonna
doing
keep
that.
trying.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy. Well, here comes the cannons and the rockets. The rockets from below are finally here. We've hit our 10-minute level of pain. Von Eagle has finally started to come online, and the 20 mils are here to do the damage. So we're going to see Flint Shadows not quite long for this world. Oh, it was so close! Oof. Either way, we're about to see Flint Shadow. The slow burn of Von Eagle has come online, and now Flint Shadow is here to play. Play with those 20 mils because he's gonna be catching a lot of them.
Or they'll shoot nothing. Cool.
And
Yeah,
they were
they
aiming at
really
the,
like to.
projectiles.
Yeah, they really like to play anti-air with those. Oof. 20 mil tried the sniper rocket. Oh, it tried. Bum, bum, bum. I'm telling you, his strategy is spite. Yes.
That is very wobbly.
Which part?
Flint Shadow's upper.
It dangles. This is the kind of thing that breaks AIs, by the way, for those wondering. Like, as you guys saw, just a little bit here caused problems. This whole thing is swaying like a dancer out there. It was constructed to show violence. It's just also unfortunate that Von Eagle's current layout does not do a whole lot of damage to the upper base either. And good God, that sniper is doing devastating things.
More rockets coming in on the bottom too.
Uh-oh. They're trying, but they're having issues over here. The rockets are unable to fire because there's not enough metal to do so, which is a problem because these machine gunners are constantly getting sniped. Hey, the 20 mils.
Oh!
Ooh,
good shot to
there
end
it
it.
is. Von Eagle finally lands that shot he was looking to make and takes victory in this round.
That was very unexpected.
I think it was inevitable.
Ah, the core is just exposed. Ah, my game
Yeah.
has crashed. That makes sense.
It's just
It'd be interesting to have a co-op with AI totem, such as having humans actively rebuild the bases, while the AIs entirely man the guns given to them, would prevent soft locks, have more dynamic bases. That would certainly be interesting, and I'm into doing that for one of these future AIs tournaments.
that would be cool.
I
Could
was
have-
considering that.
Yes, that one. So that was actually one of the major considerations. We were looking to do that for this tournament, but then changed it up a little bit right at the right before going full with it. So the next tournament will very likely be something like that. I'd say a co-op 1v1 tournament where the players it'll either be a 2v2, one human player and one AI. So it'll be the creator and their creation versus another creator and creation. Followed, or it'll be a one-on-one co-op where the AI works with. Actually, is that possible? So I know the AI tends to get disabled when. I guess we could have a mod that has the. I guess you could have a mod that has the. Weapons fired by AI, which I've seen before. Basically, arcade mode with StarCraft using an AI. Yes. All right. Did we already do the update? Yes, we did. Okay, so this next match will be Rage Alert versus Ambrullo.
Have any more after this?
Well, honestly, I think Von Eagle has already kind of won it, hasn't he? Unless he loses to Eaton? Or does
He
have
already
a-
played against
He
He
Eaton
already
and
played
won.
against Eaton and won. Yeah. So I think
Well, if he loses to
technically.
Rage Alert and I win my next two matches, then we'll have the same score, but I think he'll still win because he beat me, right?
Yeah. And when it comes, because that'll bring it down to the tie break, so which gives him the victory. So really, we're playing for Von Eagle with his slow burn has pretty much just won it. Now we're trying to figure it. Now these next matches are to determine second place and beyond. Like the Von Eagle, very clean here.
Yeah.
Rage alert versus the target AI.
Yes. This one, oh boy. So we're gonna have Loopy Nuke versus Target AI. I love Loopy Nuke. Target Dummy, on the other hand, is gonna be bullying him super hard because, as you guys know, Loopy Nuke relies on Exposed Sniper to do things, which, not a great idea in this particular context. So Rage Alert definitely does not full defend against the sniper spam here. So while I love Loopy Nuke, I have very little hope that it's going to come out on top in this particular matchup.
Gosh, that mine is exposed too.
And they're going for the battery right under the core.
Oh,
Yep.
devastation. They detected battery, and they committed spite against it. Another win for Ambrullo. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, they found a turbine. Oh no. Oh no.
And the battery is back.
Oh,
Oh, they found the battery again. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Zout's back. He might have an opportunity to rejoin before it gets too crazy. Oh, and they found
battery again.
Oh no.
Oh
And
my
the battery's
gosh.
back. Oh, it's gonna be it. That's it.
Boom.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, okay. It's bad. It's real bad. And of course, Rage Alert uses an amount of mortars, which are just not going to get anything done. Uh-oh. This is likely to be one. We'll give it another couple minutes to see if anything develops here. But we know that Rage Alert doesn't have substantial damage output aside from Loopy Nuke. Which is just, Loopy Nuke has already been just straight sniped off and assassinated. So we'll give it a couple more minutes, but if Rage Alert doesn't manage to stabilize against the snipers, then we're just gonna have to call it for Ambrullo here.
Loopy Nuke was assassinated in its infancy. It never even got built.
Yes, it didn't even come close. This is the world we're living in now. Why the sniper's not just going straight for the core? Because the core is defended by any amount of wooden struts or any amount of defenses, and snipers are not known for their ability to break things, to break through structure. So instead, the snipers will sit and wait for something better to do with their lives. That is, at least until they've waited. They will wait until they get bored, at least. If they have absolutely nothing to do, then they'll start doing things like trying to dig through structures. But for the most part, they sit and wait for something better to do. Something better, like, say, run anti-air, or look for door snipes, that kind of stuff. As you can see, the sniper... Oh, okay. They have found a turbine, which may mean Rage Alerts here may be getting soft-locked. Although, I know Rage Alert adds additional defenses here, so maybe not. But Rage Alert's top base so far has done pretty well to not be vulnerable to the snipers.
Wait, his upper base just connected to remnants of the lower base.
No, that's the
No.
middle part.
Yeah, that was unclaimed. Neutral territory. If you check on the right-hand side, you see that exists there as well.
Oh, okay. I thought Rage Alert might have had a little hidden bit of genius there.
No, not
I was
quite.
wrong.
They found another turbine, which I think may mark the soft lock for Rage Alert here.
this is the cheapest device it's gonna build.
Yep. Because that will be the cheapest device, so it will continuously build that one forever. So we may just call this here for Ambrullo. I'll give it till 14 on the clock, and then we'll call it for Ambrullo. Another victory for the, God, why is it winning so much? Why? How?
You should have shared the test AI so everyone can see if their AIs died to it, I guess.
Who doesn't test against sniper spam?
Someone who doesn't make a sniper spam test AI.
But there was a sniper spam test AI given to everyone.
Okay, but that one was bad.
This one is much better.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Calling it for Ambrullo. Snipey wins. It's quite an impressive anti-air system. It is. It really is. I would like to have this kind of anti-air system on battle boats. The good old ship. The good old battleship. Just to see what happens. So we're calling it for this one. Ambrullo wins this one.
Yeah.
P2 120 AP best AA cannon. Unironically, yes. Who knew Incursus sniper spam strategy is the best strategy for AI tournaments? It's not the best, it's just up there. It's not the best, but by a very narrow margin.
I know you automatically go and turn off the portals and whatnot for the AI and everything, but and I know it kind of like breaks it. But would they be just ignoring anything that's behind a portal, or would the AI like try to shoot it behind the portal and just like annihilate itself due to return to senders or something?
It cannot. It shoots. It cannot see portals at all. It just. It has no way of knowing if there's a portal there or not, so it just shoots as if the portal isn't there, so it will annihilate itself with return to senders.
Okay.
Why haven't we seen a battle boat AI tourney? So, water maps presents an interesting problem for AI, as they deform easy. While it's doable, it's just generally an extra layer of frustration that we don't that it's just unpleasant to deal with, so we don't.
Do they mean battleship? Do they mean high seas, or do they mean like battleships not fun yet?
We could do the original version, which doesn't have water. We could do that. That's a lot. All right, let's do this. Can't a weapon AI exist to be made for co-ops? Does the do snipey AI on battleships? Yes, we can. I believe, actually, Kronk, this is a question I should ask you. Does it already exist, or am I crazy in thinking that
What exists?
a mod which just has the AI handle weapons and not try
It
to
is
construct
definitely
things?
possible.
Because I'm pretty certain I've seen that before.
And I think we accidentally did that while testing this mod.
1 second, I forgot to change the,
Yeah, I was gonna mention it.
yeah,
Yeah, but it is possible, and I definitely want to try a tournament with that.
yes. This is versus Eaton. Tiger versus Eaton.
I was gonna say I didn't think that was Ambrullo over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of these things is not like the other. It's like, wait a minute. Alright. Don't have to worry about the AI complaining about such issues. Because they don't care. They do the same thing every time. Yeah, so that would be a cool mod. In fact, actually, I'm doing forts later tonight. This may be a rough ask. Do you think you could create such a thing or adjust it such that it's possible for me to have that up for later tonight?
Maybe.
Because that
I will
would be
try my
awesome.
best.
I would greatly appreciate that. That way we could have entire
I'd love to be an
matches.
observer for that.
Yeah. So it's just, that would feel so nice. I could focus entirely on just building things and someone will shoot the weapons for me because it's an AI.
The amount of frustration I've seen you have with people not understanding what to do when they're co-oping with you, it's like, I mean, I feel for you, but I have gotten significant laughs out of it.
Yes. Yes. Oh no. Yeah. That would be cool. It would be an interesting test to get like an actual test in to see how it handles in matches as well. How do you skirmish high seas AI functions? With a great degree of difficulty is how. They're relatively easy to break. But they do work. Like, it's not that it doesn't work, it's that it's just easy to break. And when you're doing it competitively, breaking the opponent's AI is just kind of the name of the game, so... Weaponized brain damage is what happens.
I believe Tiger's AI is soft locked.
Is it?
Yes, it's trying
It
to build a
is.
sandbag.
Oh no. How has
But
this
it-
happened?
It hasn't been 3 minutes yet, so we can restart this match.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is restarting for soft lock rule. Alright. So this is something that happens sometimes. AIs just break. So we do have a rule that if it happens in the first 3 minutes, and it's not something that we consider to be an issue with the player, as in the programmer, the coder did it right, it just breaks sometimes because that's how the AI does it. That's how the AI brain works. Then we just restart the match and give it another shot. Something that doesn't happen often. Most of the time, because we are very, very well aware that brain damage is the primary way that the game ends. So most of the time, a majority of the efforts of these AI's development goes into preventing such instances. So it's very rare that we see something like that happens, and when it does, it's it's even rarer that it happens multiple times in a row. Because the reality is, if it happens at all, the chances are it's not going to be early game, and it's going to cost you the match. So you do everything you can to prevent that from happening. So we just make sure that if it happens in the first 3 minutes or so, give it a grace period. It's probably just a transient issue and not something that we'll see again. So let's say we're here, and again, that has just been fixed. As we see it, has placed the sandbag. Ta-da! Could you theoretically have a special version of the OG battleships with a special spot of water purely for access to high seas water content, not in a way that allow for building and deform? Yeah, there's things you can do. It just hasn't... There are a lot of ideas that we have, you just haven't done them all. Battleships is one of them, the co-op is one of them, the Archon mode is another. Or just generally more. The one that we were really hoping for was an upgrade to the vanilla AI that would enable us to have access to more things without having to like do some massive code injection rewrite stuff. That didn't happen, so we're going ahead with this, and then we'll move on.
Nice, the mortars are completely overwhelming that.
Yeah. Eaton AI doing Eaton AI things, and Tiger's getting bullied. Incendiary mortars are just that good. Mortars in general. Just a slight sway can move where something is placed blocking another thing. It's honestly fascinating and infuriating for the code. Yeah. That is the issue, and why High Seas is not on the list of things that we're particularly keen on doing for AI stuff. In 2 minutes in, we have snipers, AA, and mortars galore. Infinite APM with AI is a beautiful thing. It is. And I've seen a lot of AI tournaments in different games, like the StarCraft AI tournaments, with the exception of Alpha Star. Alpha Star is endlessly satisfying. The StarCraft AI tournaments, though, I find less interesting. Mostly because the destruction is just not as satisfying. I'm gonna build a pylon and a cannoneer base and do stalker micro, and this is it. And I killed one probe, therefore I win the game via Death Spiral. Here, we get to see actual inhuman levels of craziness of we're going to commit anti-air with snipers, and then we're going to use incendiary mortars to burn your base to the ground. Which is much, much more satisfying, I think. At least in my opinion.
Yeah, we've already got Death Spiral on lower base on Tiger.
It's on both sides, top and bottom. Neither base could repair. It's just a matter of how long it takes Eaton's mortars to finish digging through things. Of course, Eaton doesn't go for the kill immediately. He does massive amounts of suppression and just massive amounts of incendiary mortars. We do see Tiger's lower core taken out. Does not try to kill Tiger's upper core for a little bit, but will eventually get to it. And spite, plenty of spite. Yes, lots of spite. It is so beautiful. Oh. The AP sniper missed the core? I think it doesn't have that. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Look at you, Eaton, with your own AP sniper.
Yeah.
He's beautiful. The one weakness.
Cool.
With that, Eaton wins this round. Getting another point. I'm surprised. Von Eagle remaining undefeated so far. As we go into the final round. Finn versus Tiger. The two things Fort's AIs have infinite supply of. APM and Spite. Yes. Dummy is only fourth. People, right? Oh no.
Would that be better stated as spite per minute?
Spite per minute. Hey!
SPM.
Nice ping, Kronk.
Thank you.
It's very impressive.
I am the host now.
Yep. I didn't realize you were on a LAN connection.
See, that's what it looks like when you have good internet.
Yeah, or when the internet doesn't work.
Or when the internet doesn't work.
I think mine's pretty good for going like, you know, a few thousand miles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, surely the game lets me join the lobby, right?
You have ping now. Oh, it's stagnant though.
No, I wasn't even in the lobby.
It showed
Oh.
you as in the lobby on my
Yeah.
screen.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
Makes sense.
Finn versus Tiger. Let's go. And we're off.
So where does the Tiger logo come from? I don't recognize that.
It looks something out of like WoW or somewhere. I don't know. Looks MMO poly levels. Maybe someone in
Gotcha.
VR chat. I shouldn't have used that word. And we're off. So here we have on the left-hand side, it is Finn. Heavy mortar spam with amount of map control, facing off against Tiger. AI tournament, best tournament? I agree. He's a good tournament. The AI tournaments are some of my favorites.
They're digging for the battery already.
Are they? Oh,
The two bottom snipers. On
yeah.
left.
They want it. They want it, but I think they're not gonna get it. Yeah, they need at least
Not
one
really
more
fast
sniper to
enough.
dig through.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Those big doors, it would have been better if he just made them tinier and sold the door part.
I don't know if that's true. I mean,
They open so long and then they get door sniped.
yeah, but also it's running as bait, and the more of it the closer to the center it gets, the faster it closes. So like it doesn't have a lot of the weaknesses of the big door. Like even if this was based on the angle at which it was firing out of, even if it was a tiny door, it still would have to open all of the way and would still get door sniped for the same reason.
It depends what it's shooting at. Like, the top sniper just wants to shoot at the bottom snipers. So the door would close before it can get door sniped, I think.
I mean, if it was shooting at if the top sniper is shooting at the bottom snipers, then I'm entirely convinced it would still get door sniped, because it's still suffering the same issue here, where the tiny door has to open the entire way, and it still should give it enough time to get door sniped. If the sniper is shooting at something closer to its own level, like where those mortars are, for example, then it's less likely to get door sniped.
Yeah.
I just think it's not that big of a difference here. I think. Though I would
It's
like
not like
to
it would
see.
be it would be cheaper too, I think, if you replace the door and gets a tiny door.
We should
Be
ask him why he's
compromised.
going with the big door instead of the tiny doors there. What is
Yeah.
his thought process behind that?
Yeah, the mortars are starting to overwhelm.
Yes. Finn with the massive mortar volleys. Tiger does go for the standard
Boy.
cannons, but seems to not be unable to keep up. It seems to be unable to keep up with the sheer quantity of mortars coming in here, which is not terribly surprising. given the sky is filled, saturated with mortar fire.
Oh my gosh. That cannon is dying?
Oh no.
Wow. Yeah, there we go.
Rip cannon. You will be missed greatly. That was Tiger's hope to come back and actually do things here. Without that, we're just gonna see the death spiral kick in and start really breaking things as Tiger's lower core is about to get pummeled to death. Top and bottom base are in the death spiral now, so this is just a matter of time before it burns the ground. This is what defeat looks like. A slow but inevitable burning. Feels like an addition to Tessie Gets Pure Sniper setup. Tessie Gets Pure Mortars might have been wise. I think there is no one here who has not tested against mortars. Mortars are the most common weapon behind snipers. More importantly, they are the most common weapon for actually breaking bases. You'll notice almost exclusively every single fort, every single AI has used mortars to some degree. They are crazy prolific. The question isn't whether or not someone's tested against them so much as the specific amount of mortars breaks through yours. Dummy AI didn't use mortars. It also was a test AI and not meant to be an actual participant. It was a literal test AI. It wasn't even submitted by one of the contestants here. Like, it's, if it wins something, which it's not so far going to do. If it wins something, then it is preemptively disqualified because it's not a player. It's not player made. It is illegal. Oh gosh. This is crazy. Who wrote Test Dummy AI? Finn did. Finn, the player on the left, did, actually. Alright, so because Finn does not make an effort to break the top base here, we're going to be calling it in a... We'll give it until 12? We'll give it till 12 to call it, just to make sure that it is technically possible for Finn to break the top base. Just, it doesn't try very hard, and I don't want to wait 10 minutes for it to try. So we'll get ready to call it in a few seconds here. Alright, and there we have it. So far, we're only seeing mortars and snipers. Will the AI create any higher tier weapons? Yes. Specifically, this one here tried to create cannons, but you saw how that went. The cannons and higher tier weapons are not known for being effective in the face of mortars. So, we don't generally see higher tier weapons when mortars exist, when mortars and rockets exist for that matter. But it is possible, and it has happened. And we have seen Tiger's AI be successful a couple of times now, using cannons. And they're not the only ones. I don't want that. I want this.
I mean, he did make it into the finals.
He did, yes. Alright, next up we have Ambrullo versus Eaton. Let's go.
on.
And we're off. Off to the races as immediately the snipers happen. Now, this is versus Eaton's AI. Eaton's AI, notably vulnerable to snipers, but that's specifically the AP sniper variants. I think, pretty certain, Eaton's AI with its tiny doors should be able to handle Ambrullo here without too much of an issue. It does go with a bait mine, which is just immediately obliterated. But that does give Eaton's sniper an opportunity to complete all the door sniping at once, and it shall do exactly that. Yes, Ambrullo's top sniper target dummy has been defanged. And the bottom one has not yet been defanged. We'll see how that goes. Oh boy. There is an angle. Very technically an angle onto the mortars. Which may present a problem. But Eaton's top snipers are coming into play. And should help alleviate that problem. Because Eaton's top base is entirely victorious, overwhelmingly victorious against Ambrullo's top base here in the sniper war, we should see top base continuously expand and inevitably overwhelm Ambrullo's bottom base. So this one should trend inevitably toward Eaton.
Definitely looks like it is. The snipers aren't being replaced fast enough.
Correct. As vulnerable as Eaton is with their risky builds, it is enough. Or at least, it would seem to be enough. Not sure this could be called door sniping, for there are no doors. This is a rematch. This is round robin. Everyone fights everyone.
Oh, cool, the mortars aren't exposed anymore. Never mind, the mortars are still exposed.
This is what happens when you say things.
No, just the one is exposed, the other one is fine.
Mm-hmm. We're about to see the first mortar launched from Eaton's side. It's only been a little bit longer than 3 minutes. Immediately shot out of the air.
Not even by the Ambrullo AI.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Oh my god.
Somebody needs to get rid of that bottom sniper.
No one's got an angle on it. It just lives.
Huh.
Eaton's top fort hasn't built anything in a while. I think it's saving. Yeah. Okay, I was gonna say it's like it's saving for attack.
Fuck.
There it is, upgrade center.
That one sniper. Oh my god.
The one sniper's overpowered. For the record, this right here is exactly why we go with sniper spam for the test AI, because we don't know if there is exactly one spot somewhere where our fort is weak to. Like if someone just so happens to put a sniper right here and nowhere else, then it would wreak havoc on Eaton's build, just forever. As we see, is exactly is happening right now. So imagine if someone went with a real AI that was doing real things and then just put a sniper right here. This is why sniper spam is good, because it checks all angles, every angle. You know, to test against. One sniper's gonna be a pain in the circuits. Yes. Alright, so once these extra snipers come online, there should be an angle on Ambrullo's dangle here. And we should see Ambrullo lose that last sniper, and with it, it'll unlock Eaton's lowermost AI. There it is. Alright.
Cool.
There are no more snipers on Ambrullo's half. So now it's just a matter of Eaton doing the damage and claiming their prize. Eaton has been officially unlocked, as the mortars are now producing.
There's that 2 AP snipers building there.
Yeah.
I think I see a metal storage about to die.
Eaton's own snipers smell weakness,
Yay.
and they go straight to the core. Yes. Once those mortars come online, we'll see incredible damage come out real quick. Which is what I'm hoping to see. 'Cause we already know who wins this. It's just a matter of watching it all burn. Come on, you can do it.
The AP just doesn't want to. There we go.
There it is. Only one core remains.
And it too has an AP sniper aimed at it.
Yes. Oh God, the mines.
Yeah, the mines are the priority. Gotta kill them first.
Like, actually, though. Oh my. See, I like this. I like watching the explosions happen. The instant it has an opportunity. The snipers just come in. Well done, Eaton.
Ah.
That sounds like the sigh of someone who is relieved that their AI didn't get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, I'm super risky. Oh no.
Yeah, my ad did very well, actually.
It did.
I'm
It
happy
did.
with it.
I expected that. I had no doubts.
Just too bad Von Eagle made such a good AI, otherwise I might have won.
Yeah. I mean, credit to him. He did it well. And it's Von Eagle didn't even do like this massive aggressive play either. It's a relatively slow burn AI, which is impressive.
Yeah. There's so many people who left their cores exposed to EPs.
Mm-hmm.
Pew pew.
All right. Flint Shadow versus Leader coming up next. Let's start it. Eco is worth more than winning the game for AIs. Usually, yes. Like, actually. Because AIs generally cannot be killed by penetrating their base. So you have to win via draining eco. Because the AI have infinite APM, they will reconstruct faster than any weapon cooldown speed. So you can't just overpen and get the core. You have to whittle it down until there's physically no option available except defeat. So yes, literally attacking the eco is the way to go, just all the time, with rare exception.
It's true in human matches too, because it's super easy to tank if you have like 6 mines.
Yes. It's just that humans tend to not have the APM to do it flawlessly.
Huh?
So one more match after this? Yes, and then we'll have the undefeated Von Eagle versus Loopy Nuke. It's coming up next, and then we'll start checking out some of the more creative and artistic elements while you guys vote on what you want. Which is your favorite of the AI so far?
Or Flynn?
That one mine has been sniped by almost everyone so far. It is one of the most consistent things to happen to Flint. It's just that one mine is not defended. It's rough. It's real rough. Obviously, dummy AI is the best AI in this tournament. Oh no.
Well, he almost has enough metal. Okay, he doesn't have enough metal.
Oh, it's so painful to see. Your favorite AI is Loopy Nuke one? Well, we might get to see Loopy Nuke actually launch. It's struggling so far. Struggling real hard so far.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. It's Flint Shadow's placement there. It's rough. He needs a sandbag or just literally any other defense in front of his mines. See, Eaton, this is what happens when you use a decoy mine.
Yeah. I'm not sure if his was intentional though.
Yeah, no, his is definitely not intentional. And it's showing.
Monk, how did you make the AI shoot snipers at burning wood?
I don't think it does. I think it's just coincidence that the
Yeah.
snipers are trying to shoot through the same wood the mortar is hitting. Mind you, I'm pretty certain the coincidence is because the wood is defending the mine, and both the snipers and the mortars are trying to shoot the mine.
Oh, but it's like really consistent though. Like the snipers weren't shooting until the wood started burning.
I'm pretty certain that is just coincidence. The snipers have nothing
Yeah.
else to shoot at, so once the decoy mine goes away, they start targeting the next mine, which just so happened to be the same target as the mortars for the exact same reason. So while it's obviously an incredibly good strategy, it's just a coincidental effect. As we see, the mine is exposed, but they're still targeting the building one because I don't know, they like that one more. Wood is burning, and they're still not targeting it. They're shooting the construction decoy mine. I mean, Flint Shadow is not dead. Flint Shadow's lower base is expanding. It's got things, it's doing things, and it's having fun with its life. What it isn't doing is keeping top base alive. Oh no, decoy tech. Oh no. That's gonna be a painful repair bill. Are buzzsaws banned? No, they are not banned. They're also not particularly amazing. Buzzsaws are... So, buzzsaws, they do damage. Their whole gimmick is that they're great at destroying structure. The problem with AI, as we've mentioned before, is that the AI don't see structure. They're basically blind to anything that isn't a device or a weapon. So buzzsaws will target weapons and devices, and therefore tend to splash into things like doors, and don't hit the important structural components that are the entire point behind getting buzzsaws. That said, just having a buzzsaw every now and again can cause massive amounts of deformation, because let's say if a buzzsaw hits a door, it can break the wood behind it, causing some deformation, which is good. They also tend to cause additional deconstruction things, like say, if they were to hit this dangle here during one of the doors, there's a solid chance that it just disconnects the entire dangle due to splash damage, deforming the thing. It's not that they're bad weapons, they just are inconsistent. Because if they were to do something like, say, shoot at the front of, well, most things, then they just do less than a sniper doing the same thing.
Theoretically speaking, I could make buzzsaws target stressed wood, or generally stressed structure, which would make them incredibly overpowered, and everybody would use buzzsaws, and then every AI would just softlock instantly.
Yes.
So that's why I didn't do it.
Yes. Yes, that is.
That would be cool to see at least once, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is, I think, a good description of it. There's also the thing where buzzsaws are expensive, very expensive, limited use, because, well, even the devs know how powerful they are. And due to the relatively long firing time, they almost exclusively get off one shot before getting sniped. So they tend to not be relied upon very often in the throughout the game. Although I have seen a couple builds that throw in a buzzsaw toward the end of their build. Like say when they have nothing else to spend money on, like they're completed their build, just throw a buzzsaw on there to throw in the mess. As Flint Shadow's lower fort finally falls, leader's pressure has ramped up.
And a little fun fact, I actually made buzzsaws the highest priority target for snipers.
That's a good thing.
Just because I didn't want to see any AI just instantly die to buzzsaws.
Yeah. It's always funny, because the buzzsaws, when we use them, they either do almost nothing or commit instant brain damage against their opponents.
Yeah.
And like I've seen AIs, it's like, oh, here's 3 buzzsaws. This is all I do the entire game, and gets nothing done. But then sometimes the first time it fires, it just instantly soft locks, or just instantly deadlocks, like straight hard locks an opponent, and it's over. Like, that's it. It's crazy. So people tend to not use them for those reasons. They're just inconsistent. Sure, they can do great work, but it's just inconsistent, and they're expensive. It's an expensive dice to roll, expensive gamble to make. As ladies and gentlemen, we go into the final match before jumping into the craziness, the creative, and the artistic. As we get to see Von Eagle versus Rage Alert. Rage Alert versus Von Eagle. So as it stands, we have Von Eagle in first, Eaton in second. If Von Eagle falls to Rage Alert here, it will be a tie for first place between Von Eagle and Eaton. However, when it comes to the tiebreaker has already happened, where Von Eagle has defeated Eaton directly. So if Von Eagle loses here, it will still be a Von Eagle victory in first place. But they will have the same amounts of wins and losses.
It's like winning by damage instead of core.
Yes. Quick question. The bots know where all the devices are, or do they feel around using snipers? They know where everything is. They can see inside the enemy forts in the same way that we, the spectators, can. They are
Cheers.
omniscient. Yes, actually. It's very effective. It's also why they insta-door snipe everything every time.
I mean, that's just basically having the freaking Snoop commander on all the time.
Yeah. Yes. Except for the bit where they can't see, you know, portals. Ever.
And they don't steal your resources.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one thing is humans can always see, the AIs can't see at all.
See, I would gladly give up the ability to steal the resources if I could see what the enemy was doing all the time.
Can you imagine? Though, to be fair, I don't know if I would, to be honest. Like, that's great information, but stealing resources is kind of nice. Like, it's actual damage. Oh god, he's doing it again. This is what I was afraid of. Like, there's no way Rage Alert defends against this. Like, you can't not. Oh, is he doing it?
Oh.
Oh my god, he is.
Oh,
Oh,
Not even
ho,
close,
ho,
by the way, not even
ho. That was very close. Down to 10%. Loopy Nuke Launcher survives the AP snipe. Yes. We have a match, boys. I was so very hoping there would be at least one Loopy Nuke launch this round.
Do you know when Von Eagle builds that sniper at the bottom?
It's after Rage Alert. It's a little bit later. The Rage Alert will have it up, but I'm pretty certain Von Eagle has it behind. I think he's got something behind a door there that may cause a problem for Rage Alert, but it is after Rage Alert gets his setup down there.
Okay. Hopefully we'll get to see at least one nuke.
Yes. Which I think will actually do some pretty good damage here. Von Eagle's defended from mortars, not from nukes from the abyss.
Uh-oh.
No, Von Eagle gets turbines first.
Okay.
That's his turbine position. He just eventually adds in. He has the sniper as one of those extra fluff things as the I don't know what to do, so I'm going to put this here kind of situation. But he builds his turbines down there.
Actually, I don't think it has an angle because of that foreground at the bottom. I think that would block it. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that angle
Yeah.
certainly blocks it.
Also, it was a lot closer
Oh,
than I
that
expected
hurts.
it to be.
Yeah.
That gunner, I think,
Yeah.
is just vulnerable to the sniper.
Oh.
I mean, it missed. Oh god, the terrain. Okay.
Okay.
It gets it.
And yeah, the foreground is blocking. That's
Okay.
good for Rage Alert.
Yeah. The okay. So that was a lot closer than I remember it being, or expected it to be. Like, I knew Rage Alert. Like, I knew Von Eagle got the sniper down there. I just thought it was a lot later than this. Okay. So he really
Yeah.
did consider. He really did consider the this as a possibility.
Well, not the exact setup because the sniper doesn't have an angle that low. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen. Introducing the Loopy Nuke. Kaboom. Good damage.
likely inconsequential in the end for that particular shot, but pretty good chunk.
Von Eagle has done well to defend themselves against most things. As you guys have seen, Von Eagle's build is slow. It takes a good 10 minutes for it to come online, and when it does, It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it is very consistent, and it's enough to slowly grind their opponents down. All they have to do is live long enough to get that kind of firepower on the field.
Ouch.
Which may or may not happen because, well, Von Eagle not expecting Loopy Nuke from below. So, while yes, Von Eagle can take these hits, it's not something they can take forever. As we see, Von Eagle down to 83% and likely to continue dropping. The question is, can they survive for the next 4 or 5 minutes necessary to really bring themselves online?
So what was that little thing right above Von Eagle's bottom sniper there that the other sniper kept taking out?
Machine
like
gun.
a
That was a
mortar?
gunner.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's an AA. It's an AA device. Specifically positioned there to take out things like rockets and missiles coming from below. It's specifically
gotcha.
meant to deal with Loopy Nuke, but it hasn't lived long enough to do so. It may have an opportunity here. Oh, almost, but not quite.
Yeah, Loopy Nuke hit the terrain
More
anyway.
interesting. Von Eagle now has 2 machine gunners down here getting constantly sniped. I think Von Eagle's lower base it's going to get itself death spiraled here. It's soft locking behind 2 behind a 2 pair of machine gunners that will forever be sniped. All of its money will be sent into replacing those and therefore cannot proceed further. However, it can still function as a punching bag for all these mortars and still has machine gunners active to delay the inevitable. And if it delays enough, Von Eagle will get some serious damage on the field. As we see, Von Eagle's cannon production facility is 3/4 of the way complete, and its cannon weapon platforms have been constructed, ready for the first 20 mils. With so few machine gunners down there, is that not asking for a drunk Loopy Nuke? Well, I'm pretty certain Von Eagle didn't intend to deal with nukes from below so much as something like rockets, maybe even mortars. This is unexpected and unprecedented entirely. Loop. Ooh.
That went a lot higher than anticipated.
Yeah.
I did
It
not
went.
expect that at all.
It went drunk. It got hit. It got sniped. Went drunk. Slid upwards, and hit a very, very damaging spot. Like, that was a nasty repair bill. Enough to slow down Von Eagle's top base a little bit, but not enough to break him. Drunk Loopy Nuke. Hey, Loopy Nuke was drunk coming out of the launcher, alright? He's hitting us with that, with that real pregame and stuff.
Here it comes again.
Once more. Solid
Lot
hit.
of AoE on that.
You can see the flashing, indicating that it's a nasty repair bill to get that fixed up. But no core damage. Rage Alert is running out of time here. All 3 20 mils are now on the field, or at least have been placed. 2 of them which are still under construction. One is trying desperately to acquire a target and failing catastrophically. It is entirely convinced that it should not fire at anything but airborne projectiles. Which at this point, firing at all would be a good thing because it can't miss the enemy's base because Rage Alert's bases are dummy thick.
It's
Like
like
if
the
it-
20s are suffering from stochastic motion.
Yeah, they are. They're looking around at a target but not firing everything. Hey, there we go.
Oh.
And as we
Wonder if
see,
that's
He was clearly firing at the projectiles in the air, but did manage to hit the base because the base is everywhere. Took out a mortar too, like the actual launcher. Okay. Hey, there we go. Now we're getting some. Now we're talking. Here comes Loopy Nuke. Splashing. That was about the best case scenario for Von Eagle there. Yeah, I definitely think we should probably look to adjust the targeting priority for the 20 mils such that they don't focus so heavily on anti-air. God, it's
Extra damage
so
from
much
the drop
damage. Holy smokes. Warheads just deal so much damage every time.
Did it actually do bonus damage if they're drunk?
No.
No.
They just
No.
tend to do more damage because they hit more vulnerable spots.
I was just asking you, it looked like it actually took out a measurably larger chunk of the same wall than it did when it hit when it wasn't drunk.
It's like just enough AA to stop all the mortars.
It's barely. And most of it is in the form of snipers. At least most of the effective. It's interesting how effective the snipers are. Because the machine gunners... So for those who don't know, machine gunners are, I'm going to describe as buffed in the anti-air department. They fire more often, and they're much more precise. Or, sorry, much more accurate, not more precise. It is their lack of precision that makes the machine gunners less effective as anti-air than these snipers are being. Because the snipers, they just don't miss the mortars. Whereas the machine gunners, due to their lack of precision capabilities, they miss sometimes. Of course,
Yeah,
the Loopy Nuke, coming from the angle it is, just doesn't have a real opportunity to get sniped, but this is the world in which we live.
Loopy Nuke though is so close to managing to actually touch some damage on the core, even from the front. It's just a hair shy of actually touching it.
Very, very close. Those 20 mils are still shooting at the mortar projectiles and just hitting the base. Oh! A heavy
There
mortar
goes
makes it
that
through. That is such a heavy hit every time it lands.
Oh.
Again.
It's the mortars that are going to finish that off though.
Just like one or two mortars slipping through.
Wonder if it could defend howitzers. It's... we had this discussion last time as well. Oh ho ho! It went under and it hit down to 29%. Loopy Nuke may end up being victorious here. Will Von Eagle and their 20 mils come out on top? Will Loopy Nuke finally dig through?
Nuke is EMP'd.
Oh no.
No, again.
EMP too strong.
looks like a really good one. Oh,
Interesting. Oh! Machine gunner coming in clutch at the earliest possible moment, cleaning Loopy Nuke out of the sky. Uh-oh. Oh, it saved itself. But it did get EMP'd in the process. Will that happen again? Well, that's a thing. Von Eagle's lower fort is unsoft locked just enough to get those EMPs out, which I'm kind of surprised managed to happen at all. Because replacing those gunners is expensive.
the one sniper isn't quite enough to drain it, I think.
Oh, but it's trying.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. At 4 shots in a row like that, 5 is enough to drain it. Like it's out of metal. It's just it's real rough. It's real rough down there.
Yeah.
That EMP out of Von Eagle. Oh, wait a minute. The upgraded rocket, the double rocket launcher from Von Eagle on his dangle, it's looking at the sniper directly across from it. And is looking angry.
Oh
Oh,
my goodness.
another chunk of percent down.
It's gonna be so close.
The rockets fire.
Uh-oh.
It is legitimately close. Like, this is... It's gone. Rage Alert lost his sniper. Loopy Nuke cannot fire till that's replaced. Rage Alert's sniper is not in extreme danger, so...
Huh.
There's a chance it'll complete here, but that is a very bad sign for Rage Alert. That it went down at all. And it gave Von Eagle's fort enough time to stabilize and rebuild some stuff.
This has to be a really good nuke. Nope.
No.
Oh, actually
Machine
got
gunners.
shut down.
Yeah, machine gunners coming in clutch. This has turned into a stalemate, is what's happened here. Like, Von Eagle can't kill Rage Alert. Rage Alert has been technically able to deal damage to Von Eagle, but not much. Like, it's getting shut down now.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh my
god.
gosh.
Another 5% knocked down. Given the perpetuity of time, Rage Alert would win this, I think. Just rolling the dice
Yeah.
enough. But it's like Von Eagle actually cannot kill Rage Alert, I think, here. Oh, well, I say that just as the rockets finally manage to launch and get close to touching the core. This will be the last nuke launched. It doesn't touch the core. Oh no. Oh no.
One more loopy nuke.
If he had just blocked one more of those APs.
Would have won it. But on the timer, it's going to come down to core health, and Von Eagle leads with 7% over Rage Alert. Ladies and gentlemen, the last Loopy Nuke. Is Von Eagle
Imagine if
win?
that-
And
change
in it
that?
comes.
Nope.
No damage.
That would have been so funny though.
That would have been hilarious if it actually destroyed the core outright. Oh my god.
Right after the timer.
That's ridiculous. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our undefeated victor, Von Eagle, followed by Eaton and Finn. But don't go anywhere, because now we get to the fun part of the stream, where we get to start voting. So, Cronkinator, why don't you show us the extra creative AIs that we're going to take a look at here today?
Yeah, so I have decided to nominate 4 AIs because they made very creative use of the game design and basically gameplay mechanics. And these 4 players are Eaton. I have decided to nominate him because of his creative use of the new target priority system, building a bait mine that is meant to bait snipers, enemy snipers, at targeting the mine, and letting his own snipers door snipe the enemy. And then I have nominated Rage Alert for the loopy nuke, as well as his creative dangle that the sniper sits on at the bottom. Then I have nominated Taichu. You haven't seen him in the finals, but he played in the group stage. And he actually found a way to make tier 3 snipers work, which is very interesting. And they work very well against mortars and gunner trenches. And he also placed a plasma laser that is basically unsnipeable, because there's like this tiny gap in front of it, and we will actually show it right now. And then there's also Firework, who made an insanely large sniper tower. And we are going to show all of these AIs again now.
And to be clear, these are the AIs that are in competition for the $100 creative during the for the actual tournament. The
game mechanics, creativity. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, the ones meant for the tournament. There is another category that is the $300 one, and that is the one where individuals are not trying to kill the other side. They're basically doing creative stuff with the scripting or otherwise.
Correct.
A quick question, do we have to show Eaton's and Rage Alert's AI again?
I think not, no.
Yeah.
No, we know what they do. Just the
Alright.
other two.
We've seen them time and again.
Could do infinite resources so it's faster.
Mhm.
Taichu's AI relies on timing for the tier 3s.
True.
Okay.
Alright.
So is this Taichu? Which side is which? Taichu?
This is
oh,
Taichu's
we
AI
don't
on
have the
team
name.
1.
We don't have. Okay. I was gonna say I don't have their name here. Alright, never mind. Team 1, Team 2.
Yep.
Alright. So let's show off Taichu's AI.
Soon. Very, very soon.
Very soon. Zout's back. I could actually just force start here.
I mean,
Because it just kicks him to spectator.
I'm sure he wants to join as well.
I mean, kicks him
Question mark.
it joins a spectator, right? If I do that? Or
He
does
might
have
desync though.
Yeah, you can't really... Oh, he's ready now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't really join mid-game,
Yeah.
as we have seen before.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
true.
suffered that last week.
I forgot about that. So here we have on the left-hand side one of the more creative AI. It didn't make it into finals, but we needed to show off anyways because it's just that level of awesome. This one by Taichu. And I like the creativity of these things. It's so exciting every time.
And this is going against not even an AI. They're not even building anything over there.
That is correct. We're just showcasing Taichu's AI against and it's not even an AI over here. There's nothing over there. It's just undesignated target. It will repair itself. So they do have to spend a little bit of effort to break it, but not much.
I see where it's going on the tier 2 sniper there.
Yep, it's swinging. And now it's first trying to build something else, so the sniper can actually balance out before it reconnects.
Shooting itself in the meantime.
Let's try.
Yep, and there it is.
So it used the timing of the workshop to build a tier 3 sniper, which is just crazy.
And the best part is,
It's
that's not the
perfectly
only one.
accurate. Oh
well,
my
there
God.
is a tiny bit of deviation on snipers.
That's true. A small amount of deviation, but like, it's still going to just exterminate all the machine gunners there. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh.
You can see the deviation coming into play, where the AI are perfectly accurate 100% of the time, but the weapons they use may not be perfectly precise. They're very few. I don't think there are any weapons that are perfectly precise. I mean, I guess lasers are perfectly precise, but
Mortars and Howies don't have any deviation without
yes. So that's incredibly devastating.
Yeah.
That we just have this sniper targeting things from above. It makes me wonder as to how many of these... If this was a different map, where there wasn't a ceiling above one of the bases, this could have been a lot more devastating.
Yeah.
Like, think about all of those mortars that were just exposed from above, constantly getting sniped at.
And here comes the next one.
We're going to see the tiny door plasma.
And the other tier 3 at the very bottom. With a gap through the wood span to shoot.
God, this is so precise. I am not precise. I am not surprised to see this didn't make it past the group stage, but it is just so precise. I love it. Holy smokes, this is just immeasurably complex.
This is actually a very good AI, and it would have made it into the finals quite easily. However, some of his turbines and motors were exposed to some of the more extreme snipers. So he
That
was
makes
just in an
sense.
unfortunate group where everybody abused angles on snipers and he was just constantly soft locked.
I mean, that's everyone so far.
Yeah.
About every AI does this. This is why you gotta test against these things. Like, snipers from extreme angles are just... You can't. God, Jesus, this thing is ridiculous. This would be a catastrophe to deal with on any map. Like, what?
If it doesn't miss, then it's great.
Do you see how close that tier 3 sniper is to hitting the wood in front of the core?
Yes, it's
It's not
physically
even
behind
it's
it.
a few pixels.
It's ridiculous. It is so close to some of those shots that it is... The sprites, the actual graphic, is overlapping and clipping into the metal.
Yeah.
I want to see this plasma. Oh, I see it. Oh my god. This thing shoots at exactly the core and nothing else.
Yep.
That's not
And-
gonna last long.
He is definitely vulnerable to being sniped from below. Okay.
Yeah, and that did unfortunately happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, this
Flint's
is...
AI is really good against this one.
Whew.
It's meant to be an unsnipeable sniper, yet it can be sniped from below.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Titanic of AIs.
Honestly, I would not be surprised if this kind of style became the normal for AI battles. where you have weapons that shoot at exactly predetermined positions and nothing else. God, just the lengths to which Taichu has gone to create the tier 3 sniper is ridiculous. And I love it.
And complete. How long till it fires?
It's gonna need a sec to build up HP because it doesn't even kill the core, so it's gonna wait for snipes, I guess.
Yeah, we got a
There
little bit of
goes.
damage on the bottom core already.
Yeah.
The snipers are taking out the mines. Oh no. Ooh. Oh. Blood in the water. Yeah, so that just shoots straight at the core and physically doesn't have an angle on anything else, which is probably for the best. Although the AI does like to try to shoot other things given the opportunity, even though it doesn't have an angle on it.
Yeah, so this is basically everything about his AI that I found to be creative. We could wait for this match to end, which shouldn't take long.
It's really
Plasma
not
won't
gonna
kill
take
the
that
core
long.
for a while though, I think.
Yeah, top base is gonna survive for a while, so we might just end this here after this core dies.
Oh no.
Does it not?
Oh,
Shut the
never
top
mind.
Yeah,
I
you
spoke
could
too
have
soon.
it.
There we go.
Yeah,
See, this is what happens when you talk. Every time, it
Yep.
never fails.
This game has an unlimited.
I have to do this more often. Alright, now on to Fireworks AI.
Yes, please.
And I think for that one we can enable unlimited resources.
Alright,
That's
just make it go
probably a
faster.
good idea.
What is he? It's firework. Like, I don't. Okay, I am curious. I need to know. God, tier 3 snipers. It's beautiful. That
Oh, and
made me
versus-
happier than you know. What's up?
I still occasionally go back and watch some of your older videos, particularly the one where Return to Sender gets sent right through the back of their base,
Oh.
and you're just maniacal laughter. That's still one of my favorite videos of yours.
The joyful laughter makes me happy every time. Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't even just a. It was a. And it's just like, yeah.
Alright. Now we're off to showcase Fireworks AI here for the creativity contest. Let's do this. So here we have on the left hand side, it is, what, please go, you know what? Yeah, we don't need that. Here we have on the left hand side, it is Fireworks AI. Firework, well known for craziness and creativity. I am very interested in seeing how this plays out.
Now, this is speedrunning Polybridge, come on.
Oh my god. This man has traded mines to one of his AI. As in, he had one AI come over here, connect, build all these things, disconnect. So here you have eco swapping, which is something I didn't expect to see ever, but I'm
Yeah,
very
that's
happy
another
it
thing I
exists.
forgot to mention.
Yeah.
Yeah, which only doesn't matter because we gave it infinite resources.
Yeah.
He wants the top base to have plenty of metal for what it's gonna do.
Oh my god,
my
he's going to
gosh.
space.
So
needs-
Firework described this AI as the Burj Khalifa, but built by the Italians.
He's still going! Who needs to...
It doesn't go much higher than that.
It can't. Who needs...
Yeah, I was
oh my
thinking about
god. You don't need to tier 3 when you are the tier 3. Oh my god.
Okay, this is
Oh my god, this is ridiculous.
It's out Ambruling the Ambrullo.
Surely
I
this...
actually don't think this beats Ambrullo.
I was gonna say, surely this gets devastated by the Ambrullo ally. But, holy smokes. That's hilarious.
The
The rain cometh, steel rain. And the infinite AI, infinite resources, also making it so it's like everything instantly replaced. So it's just a constant target.
It's
So it'll constantly
ridiculous.
fire after that instead of the core.
So, the top one on Team 1 here, Fireworks top, is definitely done with its build order. Bottom is still going.
Yes.
Holy smokes. No, I was somewhat informed that this was going to get tall. I did not expect this. It's literally so tall that the top snipers don't have an angle on anything. Okay.
Yeah.
Like anything at all.
Anything at all. It's
They're,
crazy.
they're expecting to go after like another sniper nest up above.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that obviously isn't getting killed because there's no AI on their side. It's like,
Just constant fire.
it's just the instant replacement of everything, though. It's just
Anyway, I think we can share the link to the vote now.
Yes, please. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. There is a... You could use the vote command to create the link for you. Or... click the link currently present in chat. Vote for your favorite AI. Is it the madness of sniper spam? Is it the tier 3 snipers? Is it the loopy nuke? Or is it the rather bold and brave use of your own base, your own core, as a distraction? Let us know.
Those Connors.
Oh, they're trying.
So satisfying to watch.
mortars aren't going to get through the snipers.
What did you say?
That mortar didn't go through the snipers. It went straight to the core from bottom.
Oh my god. The mortars are trying to get through the wall of the sniper. It's not happening.
Instantly to 27%. That one's done.
Silence.
There's no more target.
Oh, there's
All
target
right,
for
ladies and gentlemen.
nukes.
Make sure to get your votes in now, as now is your opportunity. God, the snipers. The sound of the snipers makes me so happy, and I'm sad that it's silent.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Why are you like this? Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Alright, so
Get
we'll
your votes in.
give the viewers a few minutes to vote.
Yes, please.
And then afterwards there's going to be another vote. But this time based on artistic value.
Speaking of
Yeah, so we
artistic value, can we get those shown?
Of course.
I was gonna say let the vote on this one finish real quick so people aren't trying to.
Yeah, I
vote
was gonna say that
also.
too.
Well, the vote here only shows the 4. I don't think that's going to be too big of a concern.
Oh yeah, but that way
Yes,
people
okay.
aren't trying to like figure out their vote while we're showcasing the other stuff to vote on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd
Isn't
say
it-
we just give it like 2 more minutes maybe.
All right, so you
I
heard it
think
here.
it's
We
got a
got
really clear winner already, though.
yes.
Yeah, the vote is quite decisive here.
It is.
With 78 votes so far.
The tier 3 snipers. The tier 3 snipers, honestly, it takes my vote. The tier 3
You got mine,
snipers is
too.
there. With Loopy Nuke
I
coming
love
in a
them so
close
much.
second for me.
Yeah, the T3 snipers also got my vote as well.
It's I have a
Just
soft
too
spot
good.
for tier 3s. Let's go. All right. So, the creative, the artistic ones, the artistic AIs.
Yes, we have 4 submissions
Should we do?
made especially for this prize.
Okay.
And this is the first one made by Tiger.
All right. Should we do like 2 and 2, or does mirroring it not work?
Well, technically,
I think they should be showcased individually, personally. That way they're not detracting from each
Okay,
other.
fair enough.
Yeah.
yeah.
Works for me. All right. So, tell us about this. I will leave unlimited energy in Metalon.
I don't think there's much I can say about this one. You should just let it play and see.
Let's go. So what do we have here? Aside from selling everything. Oh no.
Oh, was the
Yep.
bottom one gone?
Why are you like
All
this?
right.
Well, that's Tiger's submission.
Okay then.
Glorious destruction. Oh, the joys of arts. And in this...
Okay, trust me, the other ones are better.
I don't think that one's gonna win there.
Today's art piece, the nuclear glow. Good lord.
And this next submission is by Pierre Rouillet. He also participated in the group stage, but unfortunately didn't make it into the finals.
Ooh.
And his AI transforms his bases into whales.
I need to
It
know
is
what
quite
that
pleasant
looks
to
like.
look at.
Let's go. Ah, you have it on both sides.
Yeah.
It's like a
stuff
fish
like this is
hanging
a little
from. Oh.
But we have the 2 caught whales up top,
Mm-hmm.
and the 2 other whales look like they're like jumping up from the bottom trying to save their buddies.
Oh no.
Okay, and energy shields.
They're getting some eyes, some faces.
Oh, the energy shields are the water spouts. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
Hey.
Still going. Stuff is being deleted. And that seems to be
Alright.
the end of the build order.
All right.
Yep, and that's it.
And we have whales.
Indeed.
Beautiful.
Alright.
I like it. I appreciate the use of energy shields as water from the blowholes.
Alright, this next AI is made by Joe Apocalypse,
Oh.
and he uses the AI script and actually put code in there
Uh-oh.
to spawn a certain something on the screen.
Oh. Okay, well, I am both concerned every time someone does that, and I think I know where this one's going already. As let's get to check this one out, yeah? Suspicious? Yeah. To some degree. Not...
There might be a small amount of errors, but it will still work.
It adds to the experience, though.
There it is. Why
There
am I
it
not
is.
surprised?
So that's it. That's the totality of the AI.
Yep,
Yes.
that is Joe Apocalypse's AI.
So, how does a script result in what appears to be a background image?
If you zoom in a lot,
you can see it.
you can see tiny circles.
Mm-hmm.
And each of these circles is a separate line in the script with the exact coordinates and the color.
Okay.
Oof. That must have been... That's like getting an algorithm to do that for you, kind of thing.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it was.
'Cause
Most
that's
likely,
incredible.
yes.
That's a lot of work.
Well, throw a picture into, hey, I want this particular script generated. That's, yeah,
Yes.
I've done stuff like that. So, just plug and play, then plug in, and well, in this case, let them play. But still, I'm saying, artwork-wise, I'm very detailed.
It's certainly interesting.
And this final AI here was made by Metalloid. And I believe it plays for a total of 3 minutes.
Okay.
You will see what I mean in a second. And while that is playing, or
You're breaking up
the sentence. Oh,
while you're playing, and then you start breaking up.
yeah, sorry, I was updating the map right now. While his AI is playing, I believe we can already share the next voting link. I DM'd it to Incursus.
Alright.
Do we want unlimited energy and metal off for this one?
It does not matter.
Okay.
Alright. Looks like we're good to go. So we'll be posting the link in chat now for you, so you guys can vote on the next, on which is your favorite of these here. And let's see what they look like. Oh, hello. Oh. What is? Oh no.
Oh,
Do
I know
you
what that
recognize it?
is. I know. I recognize it.
I
It
don't
was
recognize
Bad
it.
It's an animation called Bad Apple. It's an opening from an anime.
Ah. Interesting.
Same thing as what the last one did, as far as, like, you know, being shown, but this is actually much more animated.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, and he said that he unfortunately couldn't increase the frame rate of this because of internal memory leaks and forts. And otherwise his AI file size would have been over 6 gigabytes.
Oh my god.
Good lord.
Yeah, people have been doing this very particular animation across all kinds of mediums and stuff like that, up to and including using bullets in CS:GO.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know why this animation took off like that, but yeah, people have been replicating it left and right.
Interesting. Okay. I did not expect this coming into this, and I'm okay with this.
Okay, so
So make sure to get your votes in, guys, and let us know which is
that's the
your
one for
favorite
the
of
tier-
these 4.
That's for the other one. Okay.
Is it the anime girl? Is it the bad apple animation? Tigers
I'm not
selling
getting
off, or whales?
the vote for the creative. I'm only getting the vote for Ethan, Taichu, Firework, and Rage Alert.
I've posted it in chat. I'm
Okay.
pasting it directly here.
Okay, what chat?
YouTube, Twitch chat.
There we go. I think we have a pretty definitive winner there already.
Oh, people have their interests, eh? It's... I know which one I am most excited about. I think I'll hold off on it. Maybe Fortress Turing complete, oh no. Alright, well, that about wraps up the voting here for us, so make sure to get your votes in to hear it heard, as we have the official victors of the Forts AI Tournament number 7. Von Eagle in first place, Eaton in second, Finn in third. Of the competitors, the most creative voted Taichu with the tier 3 snipers, Rage Alert with the loopy nuke coming in a close second. I guess not so close second behind. And for the most creative Pile Roulier, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that correctly, with the whales, comes off to a hard lead for the most creative AI submitted overall. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for stopping by. This has been the 7th AI tournament, and I am very, very much so looking forward to doing the next. As next time we have so many ideas, I'm thinking we're probably going to do some human AI cooperation. Speaking of which, for later tonight, and I know this is putting a lot on you, Kronk, but I will be doing a stream of Forts later tonight, and if you could, it would be amazing if you could have the to try testing out. I submit myself and the stream as a test dummy for having human AI relations, because that sounds fun to me.
And I will go ahead and make the official announcement. Nobody got the secret category.
Ah, sadness. We'll have to try harder next time.
Yep. Kronk and I are pleased to not. I mean, you can go ahead and tell Incursus if Incursus is not going to enter the AI tournament next time. But
Well,
Sure.
don't tell me. I'm very likely to enter the AI tournament. I like to do those.
okay, yeah. Then Kronk, just between you and me, then keep that one.
Alright.
Because
Oh,
Kronk knows what the category is.
sounds good to me. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a great moment. We'll be going live later tonight for our normal scheduled stream. I gotta go grab some breakfast, and I will catch you guys later. For now, I'll see you guys next time, and enjoy the content.
Incursus, one thing before we go.